and good chilly evening here in Gardner, Kansas at the Gardner Edgerton High School. Sectional action, week 3 of the Kansas Class 6A State Football Tournament. Ryan Ragland with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Tournament action brought to you by McCarthy Auto Group HD Service, brought to you by Capes Whole Homes Heating and Cooling, and tech support from American Computers. A lot of things to get by. That's why we're starting just a little bit early here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. We've got Ian Jones with the camera. Jarrett Finley will be down on the sideline along with Dustin Duck Martin. Will the Thrill McIntyre will be helping out with the stats again. And I have to say, huge kudos and thanks for the help at American Computers. We have upgraded our picture. As you can tell, we don't have that little skip. Jim over at American Computers got us set up, got the card, we got it installed, we got everything worked out. Things are looking up. So huge thanks. Also, I got to say another huge thanks to a good friend of mine, Justin Wyman, who actually suggested to get this video card, and talked to him a couple weeks, and he said, this is what you need. I told him what we're dealing with, and he put me right in the exact direction that I needed to be, and that everyone can tell the picture is the best that it's ever been. So I got to say a huge thanks to Jim over at American Computers. Also got to say a huge thanks to Justin Wyman back in was it New York? I think he's in New York, something like that. Capes Whole Homes Heating and Cooling for allowing us to be able to do the broadcast in HD with the computer and everything. Just so many people that it takes to be able to do this. McCarthy Auto Group for allowing us to be able to do the postseason action. So again, thanks to all the sponsors on the Blazer Broadcast Network, and get Jared in here and Duck and Jared. I told you. I didn't tell anyone about this, and I was like, I didn't want to jinx it, and I told you, I was like, if this thing works out, it's going to be nice. And you walked in and you looked at the screen and you went, oh my.
There's a little bit of a difference that you can definitely notice. It is an absolutely crystal clear picture, and we are just getting ready for some football. And tell you what, talking about this team where the Blazers are playing here tonight. Let's just say that they have a pretty decent athlete at quarterback.
If you take a look right there, we have snow.
Oh man,
it's snowing, not a lot, but it's snowing. And it's like the baseball games. It always looks like it's snowing or raining more than it actually is. Mm-hmm. But hey. That's what we got. So, but it's Kansas. It's November.
Can I stay inside and do sideline reporting?
No. That is totally unacceptable.
Okay.
That just anyway, you can change it. Okay, you two asset. I can drag in line. If you can't change it, we'll have. And I'll tell you what I'm doing here in a second. This is going to be probably one of the biggest televised broadcasts we're going to have, and the easiest way to explain it is everyone remembers back in 2010 this guy named Bubba Starling created all this hype and everything.
I think people might have heard of him
a couple times, or here and there. Blue Valley North has this guy named Graham Mertz, who's supposed to be pretty good. In fact, actually, he's like really good.
And
only the number 2 ranked pro style quarterback.
Why? Here, I got.
Yeah, as Ian is saying, he's only the number 2.
You don't
ranked,
have yours turned on.
Pro style quarterback ranked in the state of Kansas. And just kind of looking at him on Rivals.com, he's ranked as a 4-star quarterback. He's the number 1 ranked athlete in the state of Kansas, and he's the number 2 overall ranked quarterback in pro style. And kind of looking at some of the offers that he was, because he has committed to Wisconsin.
You want me to list them?
Yeah, listen, these are the schools that have offered him a scholarship.
Take notes, because there will be a test at the end of the broadcast.
Yes.
Committed to Wisconsin, but also got offers from Alabama, Arizona State, Clemson, Georgia, Iowa, KU, LSU, Miami of Florida, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oklahoma State, Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Nebraska.
Yeah. And some of those names.
Evidently, Bill Snyder didn't want him.
Apparently not, because Bill Snyder knows what he's doing. Yeah. But apparently, I think maybe Bill Snyder, I think he's realized, this guy's the number 2 quarterback ranked in the state.
We're just going to go with JUCO guys.
Yeah, I think we're just going to stick with JUCO guys. And obviously the 2 ones that really stick out, obviously the number 1 and the number 2 teams in the college football AP poll, Alabama and both Clemson, both offered him a scholarship to play football at quarterback.
That might tell you something.
Yeah, that might tell you kind of really how good he really is. And it kind of makes you wonder how this team started the season 0-3, but tell you what, they have really righted the ship. They've turned this thing around. And they have 6 or 7 straight wins heading into this football game. And then, Ian, I know you were saying that they have a couple of wide receivers who have some Big Ten offers.
Yeah, their number 1 wide receiver, Cameron Burton, is the top receiver in the state of Kansas. And they also have a running back. I'm not sure what his name is.
Murray Pesic Hickson just got an offer from Michigan.
And
Michigan's pretty good, too.
Yeah. Harbaugh likes this area, though. Harbaugh recruits hard in this area.
Really?
I believe his wife is from around here.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
So yeah, a lot of Big Ten connection, SEC connection, ACC connection, a little bit of. Evidently, he didn't get an offer from OU.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm
just saying. Well, I didn't see KU or OU on there, but at least.
Yes, KU did.
KU. No, K-State. I mean K-State.
Huh? Okay. You said.
I meant K-State. Yeah.
But do you really think a kid of that caliber is going to go to KU?
Well,
I would.
At least Beatty was smart enough just to put his name in the hat. If he didn't put his name in the hat, it wasn't even going to get drawn to begin with.
Shooters shoot their shot, man. You never know. You never know.
You may get that one wounded duck at some point, right?
Wounded duck.
That's right.
Wounded duck. Well, you know how that is. Dustin Duckmar down the sideline.
Fellas,
it's cold.
It's cold, man. I'll tell you what, though. If the wind would just go away, it's not that bad. But this wind, and then the snow is stopped.
Yep.
That doesn't mean it's going to go away
it'll
forever.
come and go.
But we've been hoping that you would go away.
Yeah.
How's
Kind of like
it
the
feel,
OU
Doc?
football season.
Oh my! But I'll tell you what. Me and J-Fin back here, Jared. I've got so many names in my head. we talked probably a half hour on the phone today.
Yes, we did.
Just about the game, and we've talked about this and that, and we were trying to find a comparison to offense that Blue Valley has faced, and the closest comparison that we can find is St. Thomas. The only problem is Blue Valley North did not play St. Thomas this year.
Right.
So we really don't have that much of a comparison, but the other comparison that we do have is against Blue Valley that runs the zone read, and they lost 30-21. So, it's kind of that adage, Graham Mertz plays offense.
Right.
Those are the ones that score.
Yes.
The easiest way to prevent Blue Valley to guarantee that they can't score is to keep Mertz and the offensive line on the sideline and keep the defense out there.
Exactly.
So, the 2 things that I mentioned on the phone, that's an imperative before the ball is even kicked off. It's almost imperative that they win the coin flip, to try to pull the daily double, score at the end of the first half, get the ball back, start of the second half, and score then. I call that the daily double. And keep the long drives going, keep the clock going, generally we're like, hey, let's just get going, let's just score. Now I think we're to the point we need to keep the clock running, we need to keep long sustained drives, and we need to keep that dangerous Mustang offense off the field.
Exactly.
And what are they doing? They're thinking the same thing about ours.
Exactly. And that's one thing that we're going to really be paying attention to is we're going to have to keep an eye on this Blazer football secondary Secondary, just to be blatantly honest, really has not really had a really good test at the quarterback and wide receiver positions on the other side of the football. And here tonight, they're absolutely going to be tested by some pretty good athletes on that offensive side. But once again, we don't know how good Blue Valley North's defenses is, so we'll really have to see, and we're going to have to see Blazers really eat up the clock, eat up some time. And Ryan, and I know I was kind of thinking about what you were saying. Let's just say that the Blazers win the coin toss, get a touchdown, and it would be it might be a great idea to maybe go for an onside kick, try to get the ball right back, and try to go back down, score again.
That's what they did.
Quickly go up 14-0.
And that's what they did last week when they were up 21-14. When they got the ball to start the second half, go up 28-14, go onside kick immediately after that, and then what happens? They get another touchdown. They're up 35-14.
Right, and so obviously with an offense like this, and their numbers really haven't been that extravagant on the season, but it's still, Mertz is throwing over 300-plus yards a game. Wide receivers are having over 125 yards averaging per game. He's thrown for 34 touchdowns on the season.
Actually, let's check that. Let's go ahead and update that. He's thrown for 38. That's right. You did have that. I'm sorry, it was updated.
And to put that coin flip into perspective, gentlemen, this wind is brutal. So say the Blazers win the coin flip. Rather than doing the old traditional deferred, you go ahead and decide, hey, we're going to defend this end of the field. Let's make him throw into the wind.
They will do that in the second half, but it's kind of like, which would you rather have? Would you rather have the wind at your advantage, or would you rather have the ball at your advantage at the start of the second half?
Right.
It depends on whatever coach you want to take a look at.
Well, I just know, throwing and kicking into this wind, gentlemen, it's going to be tough tonight, because this is I'm sure you guys can see on the camera, especially with the new equipment we have. These flags are blowing, and they're blowing hard, and it's going to be interesting to see a quarterback who throws as much as he does. How well is he going to do throwing into this wind?
Yeah, exactly. And even though he is a passing quarterback, and there you can see it on the camera just how much those flags are really whipping in the wind.
And they say wind chill of 18. Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
That's 18 plus. Where I should say minus.
Let's go negative.
Let's go. Yeah, let's take it let's take at least 10 to 15 off that, because I ended up going down and doing the interview with Coach Cornelson. It was probably like 5:30. I'm switching hands back and forth with a mic because my hands are absolutely freezing.
Well, it was, I think by the time you were doing your interview, because I saw the picture that you posted that K-Preps actually posted on their Facebook page and Twitter page and everything else, that, basically 24 hours ago, this Blazer football team is practicing on a snow-covered field, and now all that snow is gone, and they were kind of practicing in a blizzard, but we got decent weather.
Gentlemen, I just checked AccuWeather. It's 21 degrees, but it feels like 9.
Oh, man.
And it's just going to continue to drop all night long.
As you can see, North is going through the warm-ups, and that is the backup, one of the backups for Blue Valley North. That's Henry Martin. He's the one that kept in, subbed for Graham Mertz. And in fact, I should be looking to find out where our viewership is. Again, confirm that the hyperlink is working in story. And here's the other thing. The reason why I wanted to get all this going was a friend of mine, Jeff Riggles, who is an online editor for Madison.com up in Wisconsin. Well, he's the the U of W Wisconsin honk up there, and so I told him, I said, I know a lot of you guys would be interested, watching the broadcast with Mertz going up there, because they've been dealing with theirs. So he has actually taken our link and put it on their website, and you got to imagine there's going to be a lot of Wisconsinites. Is that what they say, Wisconsinites?
Wisconsians. Cheeseheads.
Cheeseheads. Hey, I like Green Bay. I love Rodgers, so I'm just saying. But, I just figured this would be something they would like to see. So I reached out to Riggles. He got it out there. So, depending, I'm sure we probably have a whole lot of Wisconsin people watching the broadcast. We've got 96 on already. So, welcome. Hey, hope you enjoy. We're going to try to be, biased. We're going to try to be honest. As partial. We
normally aren't.
Yeah.
Because it's,
well,
yeah. Well, because the opposing teams aren't paying for advertising and everything else, and they're not letting us be here. It's Gardner, so you have to kind of lean one way.
Right, but you know what we do appreciate more than anything else? Talent.
Yes.
We see talent, by God, we're going to call it out.
Yeah. And and that's exactly something that we've definitely done. We've seen some pretty talented kids this season. We've really kind of given them the golden star when we've actually seen it, and we appreciate it.
Real quick, the one thing I need to mention, a huge kudos thanks to Wally at Blazers for the fantastic double cheeseburgers and beans and waffle fries. And the only problem is it should have been here sooner. Freaking.
Wow.
Somebody decided to go to Dallas first.
I guess.
You guys would look like a gift horse in a mouth.
Jared, I
appreciate
food
and I delivered
Thanks,
it.
buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
My tummy's full.
You know what, Doug? I'm heading into the sideline right now. I don't care how cold it is. I am leaving the warmth of the studio.
Hey, bundle up, my friend.
Oh, man, I can feel it already. It's just cutting through my bones.
Bye.
Yeah. See you, Will.
Hey, real quick, Jared, you need to come back real quick.
Why?
I've got something for you. I have
Is it gloves? Is it gloves and a heater?
No, it's not gloves. I have a special.
It's not gloves.
I have a special T-shirt we're going to give away later on. Actually, we got gloves here if you want them.
Oh,
yes. Will's got some.
Thank you.
But real quick, we're going to talk a little bit about the kind of comparison that me and Jarrett were talking about. It when you take a look at what the Blazers at the season as a whole, rushing wise, the Blazers have 4,000 yards, basically 39-83. The defense has only allowed 677. When you look at the passing side, the Blazers have only thrown for 468 yards and have only allowed 1,662. To put that into comparison with Graham Mertz, he's already thrown for 2850. Last year he was at 3684, which I believe was a state. No, it was not a state record. I think Putz with Bishop Mage might have had that, but he ended up throwing for 45 touchdowns. So, I made the comment, Jarrett, that I thought the team that forced a punt first was going to win.
Yeah,
that was my thought.
Right, and I have to agree with you because we're talking about two offenses who are obviously both very strong and who can pretty much score at will. So the first offense to really not be able to score on the possession that the ball.
I hear you. You're there. Where are you at anyway?
I was getting some water.
Get some water.
but I think they removed the knobs because I think it's too cold.
Let's see. I have to say welcome to Nathan Lewandowski. I believe he's from Wisconsin. He says, "Let's go Mertz on Wisconsin." So hey, we've got that's the first one that's checked in. So everyone from Wisconsin, hey, welcome. We'd love to hear from you where you're at. Any comments you might have.
Yeah, if you're listening from Wisconsin, this is probably short sleeves weather. Shorts and
they're still in bikinis and sunbathing and
beach towels.
Oh,
this is This is a different type of cold.
The first time I drove across North Dakota.
Hey, how are you?
And I'm put in kind of the same realm of Wisconsin. I'm driving down. Is it not 80, but whatever it is that runs east to west across North Dakota? I can't remember. And I'm driving, and I'm, heading west, and I look over on the side, and I keep seeing these tents out in the middle of the field, and it's snow all over the place, but these tents all over the place, and I'm like, what are these guys doing? I couldn't figure it out, and I'm looking down, and I'm seeing all these snowmobile tracks and everything. I say, okay, yeah, I can see that, and I couldn't figure out what these tents were out in the field until all of a sudden it hit me. Those are guys ice fishing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, now I get it. I'm in another part of the world. We don't do ice fishing in Kansas, but it would be kind of cool. So,
Yes, we do ice fishing in
Do we?
Kansas. Yes.
real quick,
There are, believe it or not, I hang around with a bunch of ice fishing fiends who really know their lakes and how which lakes actually freeze quicker and the thickness of the ice and everything. So yeah, there's ice fishing in Kansas. It's probably not as good as Wisconsin, but yeah, there's definitely ice fishing in Kansas.
Well,
oh my gosh, it's so cold.
It's so cold.
It is so cold.
Real quick, to give everyone an idea of what we had about 24 hours ago, this is what we had 24 hours ago here at Gardner as the Blazers were going through their practice. We had snow on the field. It was the wet, the wet, heavy stuff and everything. It really wasn't that much of a wind, but they were out here. They were doing their practice and everything. So that was yesterday, and this is what we have now. And I guarantee there was all the blades of quote grass down there. That was mush yesterday, but we're ready to go. So this is.
I found the heaters. I'm just gonna stand around here.
You did?
Just,
Well,
I'm
that's what.
not gonna
Hey, I've
move.
already called dibs, bro.
Too
No,
late,
he's
too late,
on-
brah.
You were late.
He's on the other one. We'll get over here on Jared. See that Jared's over here. He's going to find out. I don't know if they have these over here turned on behind you.
No, they don't have any of these turned
No, they're
on.
not turned on yet.
They have the one on
they're
the other
about to be,
sidelines
though.
turned on.
The
Yeah.
what? Oh,
I see the
yeah,
fire
I see
on that
it.
one.
Oh man, let's turn these puppies on. Let's get these going. This is ridiculous.
Coach, we're cold. Let's fire these bad
Why don't you
boys
give
up.
each other a bear hug? It'll warm you up.
Yeah.
There he is. We love each other at the BB.
This moment brought to you by the Blazer Broadcasting Network.
I need to get
Hashtag bromance.
bromance. I wasn't going to go that far, but
Goals.
I've got to get here. My problem
I
is
mean, we're not like a buck,
Stop. I don't know. what you're
Baumgartner kind of bromance.
wow. You almost went there, Duck.
I almost.
You almost got us kicked off the YouTube.
Not
That
yet.
doesn't surprise me.
Not yet.
He almost got kicked off the field last week for the umpire.
No. We were having a friendly conversation, and I just politely told him that he was wrong. That's all that was.
Hey, you hungry? You want a Snickers?
Actually,
For people who are just joining in, obviously, people from Wisconsin, you are absolutely in a treat for the blessings of Duck.
Yes.
As he will talk to refs at absolutely inappropriate times, and he will offer them candy bars, and then pretty much you'll hear him yell, "Hey, that was a terrible call."
absolutely. And I'm just here to help them. That's all I'm here
You're
for.
just here to help.
Yeah, I'm just here. I've been in there, know what they're going through. I'm just here with very helpful criticism. That's all that is.
Well, here's the reason. Let's just put it this way: Duck is here for the entertainment purpose only.
Duck is here for you.
I'm definitely comic
Duck is
relief
here for
guy.
the audience.
Yeah. If this was a horror movie, I'm the last guy to die because I'm the comic relief dude.
right.
Well, this comes from the same guy that asked the ref on the sideline 2 weeks ago if he wanted a Snickers because he knows he's a little uptight when he's hungry.
Yeah. So you don't make the right decisions when you're hungry. And once again, the Blazers, I mean, like I said, I think Gardner was on the 5-yard line. They're about to run it in, and it's like, hey, pay attention to me. Don't pay attention to the play.
Well, at least the one guy was polite to tell me that if he raises his hands, that it's a touchdown. So.
Well, what are you gonna do, right?
Hey, we got the okay. We'll be out for the coin.
You're gonna have the coin flip ready to go.
Oh,
then?
Yep.
man, that coin's going to freeze in the air.
It might. Jordan McIntyre is checking in from Oklahoma.
Jordan Mack.
Jordan Mac. I don't know what. I'm not sure why it's popping the way it is. It shouldn't be popping, but let's see if we can.
Well, we've got popping personalities.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, wow.
Well, you are some kind of personality. That's for sure right there.
What's up, buddy?
Oh
Yes.
Anyway,
Mark
Back-
Meyer in the house.
back to the game in hand before we hit the McCarthy Auto Group pregame show. Real quick, we need to say a huge thanks to McCarthy Auto Group for their sponsorship on the broadcast, allowing us to bring the postseason action. And this between us and Shawnee Mission East against Olathe North. I mean, and you'll hear me talk to Coach Cord Nelson here in a little bit. The 4 top teams in Class 6A on the eastern side of the state are where they should be. this is where they should be. So, everyone says, well, Blue Valley North is 7-3. They probably shouldn't be. Well, guess what? You can have a few hiccups. They were going up against Bishop Miege. It's one of the top teams in the state. You take a look at the two teams they lost to. Well, they lost to Rockhurst and they lost to St. Thomas. Rockhurst and St. Thomas are 1-2 in the Kansas City metro area. So that's not a bad way to lose. Even though you don't want to, but still, you get my point. Jared, I'm just kind of. I told you this game worried me when they came out with the brackets 3 weeks ago, or after the regular season. I told you. I said, we get by the first two games, this is who we should be playing, and that game's going to worry me.
Yeah, and that was something that you did. I remember having that conversation about when the brackets came out, and we kind of looked at it, and you kind of circled this game. It was like, hey, if we handle our business and they handle their business, and we end up meeting up, this game makes you a little bit nervous. And here we are. So we're about 22 minutes away from kickoff.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick time out here on the Blazer Broadcast Network, and when we come back, we're going to have the words with Coach Core Nelson as the Blazers get set to take on Blue Valley North in sectional action here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. We'll be back in a couple minutes on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Hey, Gardner Edgerton fans! The McCarthy Auto Group is a proud supporter of youth sports across the Blazer Nation.
If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or you need service or body work done, we hope you'll visit one of the 11 McCarthy Auto Group locations. Visit kccars.com for over 3,000 new, certified, and pre-owned vehicles. Our inventory covers most every make and model and prices to fit every budget. The McCarthy Auto Group, with locations in Olathe and Overland Park, Kansas, and Blue Springs and Sedalia, Missouri.
Go Trailblazers!
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
American Computers. Regardless if you need help with a desktop, laptop, network equipment, or peripherals and accessories, American Computers can get the job done. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight Road in Gardner.
Blazer's Restaurant, serving Gardner's best burgers made fresh every day since 1976. Blazer's Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning, proudly serving Blazer fans in Gardner and surrounding areas. Call Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning at 638-1647.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
When you're Kansas City born and raised, you know just how much meat matters. That's why Price Chopper employs real butchers. They're hard at work every day in every store, so you never have to settle for something prepackaged out of state. They're so sure you'll love their KC Pride beef, they even back it with a 200% guarantee. Stop by Price Chopper tonight, where they cut meat, never corners. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Talking with Coach Core Nelson on the McCarthy Auto Group pregame show. Blazers coming off a nice 49-28 win over Shawnee Mission Northwest, and the thing that really got me about that game was you guys, I call it the double dip. When you score at the end of the half, able to get the ball to start the second half, you guys were able to do that being down 14-7. Next thing you know, you guys are up 35-14 before Blue Valley North or Shawnee Mission Northwest even got the ball in the third quarter with about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, there's no doubt that was a big stretch for us. We had some misfires early in the game, had a fumble there on a return, and they kind of jumped out on us, and sort of to have a stretch right there before half and come out half was always a big
When you take a look at, the whole playoff system the way it is right now, the good side with you guys having the home games, but I guess when you look at being able to repeat playing someone else, did that help you in preparation? Because we kind of talked about that a little bit the next week.
Yeah, I just assume not, to be honest with you. It's not. It's tricky to know what's going to change, what's not going to change, and you kind of give up your hand a little bit on what you're going to do. And so, if it happens, it happens. But it's not something we necessarily look forward to.
Defensively, last week against Shawnee Mission Northwest, you guys had the bend but don't break attitude, and I kind of look at it as when you get guys in the open field on the passing game, it makes it a little bit easier to get guys spaced out, but when you start getting back to the 20, the 15, then your yardage starts shortening and you get the same amount of people in a shorter area, and it just kind of seems throughout the year that's where you guys start to excel a little bit.
Yeah, we've done a good job with red zone defense, and we got to do a better job in midfield keeping them from getting down there. But the kids, that just shows they're focused on the next play when things happen that aren't good. So that's something we preach all the time, and the kids have done a good job not getting too worried about what's going on, but just be ready for the next play.
We'll be back with more with the coach right after this.
Hey, Blazers fans! The McCarthy Auto Group is proud to support Gardner Edgerton Sports. Remember, when you're in an accident, after you call 911, make your next call 800-NEW-AGAIN for one of the 5 conveniently located McCarthy Collision Centers. Call or click 800-NEW-AGAIN for the McCarthy Collision Centers. For award-winning service performed by certified technicians with decades of experience, call or click 800-NEW-AGAIN. The McCarthy Collision Centers. Satisfying customers is no accident. It's our guarantee.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Planet Sub, where you can see every Blazer Broadcast Network video broadcast on their big screen while you enjoy a great sandwich. Planet Sub at 921 East Lincoln Lane.
The Design Company Salon. Check them out on Facebook, and while you're there, you can book your appointment at the same time. The Design Company Salon, 136 East Main in Gardner.
American Computers. There's a reason why American Computers is the official computer store of the Blazer Broadcast Network. It just takes a single visit to find out why. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight, across the street from Trails West Ace Hardware.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
To sell meat in the barbecue capital of America, you've got to be on your game. That's why Price Chopper employs real butchers in all their stores. And they back their KC Pride beef with a 200% guarantee. If you're not fully satisfied, they'll give you a replacement and your money back. So when you want the tastiest, juiciest steak in town, look no further than your Price Chopper meat department. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Kansas. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Talking with Coach Corey Nelson on the McCarthy Auto Group pregame show. Blazers getting set to take on Blue Valley North in the sectional part of the playoffs week 3. Obviously, there's only 4 left on the eastern side of the state, and probably the best 4 teams, which is the way it's supposed to be. Everyone knows Blue Valley North, and every time you think about that, the last few years, the first name that comes to mind is Graham Mertz, the Wisconsin commit. Everyone knows his arm, his ability. Getting out to a quick start is going to be imperative for you guys.
Yeah, obviously, he deserves that. He's a really good football player. players, as is a lot of their kids. They've got several Division I kids on their team, and they're definitely good players. So we got to start off play well. Got to play well for 4 quarters, and you're not going to keep them from doing everything they want just because they are so talented. But we got to kind of contain them the best we can and try to create some big plays for us, and make sure we move the ball offensively and keep the chains moving. Is probably the biggest key for us.
Kind of the good news, bad news with your offense is you have the ball controllability, you can run the clock, but at the same time, we've seen you guys just simple dive plays and boom, you're gone for 80 yards and you get that quick score. The best way to keep Blue Valley North from scoring is to keep them off the field.
Yeah, that's kind of our style of football. We want to play smash mouth. We want to be physical up front both ways and control the clock, and that's part of what we do, and our kids bought into it. And so that's not the plan just this week, but that's what we do each and every week. So we got to go on and change consistently.
I got to ask you this, and I just popped in my head, and I remember a couple signs that we've seen in the student section, and I haven't heard you comment about it or anything, but been a couple signs saying Cornelison has made GE great again. That's got to make you feel good on that first year.
Yeah, the student section's been great, and they've been good to us, and to be honest, I'm just one guy. There's the assistant coaches, the players, they deserve a lot of the credit, and I appreciate the student section, and I've got a lot of those guys in class, and that's where it comes from. The reality is it's a team effort, it's a school effort, and it's been really good so far. We've been playing.
You had said earlier this year, I think it was probably like week 5, week 6, and you guys, having the good wins and everything, you said this team still has the ability to get better. Does this team still have the ability to get better?
I think so. I think the good teams do all the way through to the final week until they're done. So if you're not improving, then something's probably wrong. So we're still trying to work each and every day to get better and not cut any corners and do things the right way. And our kids believe in it, and so hopefully we're better than we were a week ago.
Well, good luck tonight. Let's go get one more step closer to Emporia.
Thank you.
Stick around. Coming up next, the starting lineup and the kickoff right after this on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Hey, Gardner Edgerton fans! The McCarthy Auto Group is a proud supporter of youth sports across the Blazer Nation.
If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or you need service or body work done, we hope you'll visit one of the 11 McCarthy Auto Group locations.
Visit kccars.com for over 2,000 new, certified, and pre-owned vehicles. We've got most every make and model and prices to fit every budget.
The McCarthy Auto Group, with locations in Olathe and Overland Park, Kansas, and Blue Springs and Sedalia, Missouri.
Go Trailblazers!
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Humphreys Family Dentistry. Come meet one of the newest and best young dentists in the area. Dr. Julie Humphreys will win you over simply with her smile. Dr. Julie Humphreys at Humphreys Family Dentistry, 434 West Main in Gardner.
Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. When your car looks good, you feel good. See how good you can feel today. Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip, 620-1253.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. No need to drive all over the place for the best tools. Ace is the place and the new home for Craftsman tools. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner, and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware, 159th and Muir Lynn in Olathe.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Amazing barbecue, the Kansas City Strip. If there's one thing this town knows, it's meat. That's why Price Chopper Butchers take the time to cut meat fresh in-store daily. None of that prepackaged stuff shipped from out of state. It's also why Price Chopper backs all their KC Pride beef with a 200% guarantee. If you don't love it, you'll get a replacement and your money back. No questions asked. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
Who do I play for? I play high school basketball for every baller who ever played a pickup game on a driveway, playground, or alley. Because we all share the same dream. I play for buzzer beaters, big-time boards, and burying rainmakers. I play high school basketball for the chance to put my hometown in Kansas on the map by playing in a state championship.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college. But all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball on their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up. Lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home.
I play high school basketball because I love performing in front of a capacity crowd in my hometown gym.
This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
There's your national anthem. Normally played by the Blazer marching band, but Jarrett, you got some info on that.
Yes, Duck was actually telling me that the Blazer band was going to have to stay inside today because it is so cold that the instruments actually froze.
Yep.
Up.
When you got the valves and the trumpets and the tubas, and you got the slide of the trombone, you've got the reeds from the sax and the clarinets, and it's a wind chill of 8 degrees.
Yeah,
hey,
8
Duck,
degrees.
did you hear that? Duck, did you hear that? Come in, Duck. Duck, come in, Duck.
We're talking, Duck.
Come in, Duck. You got to take it off mute, Duck. Dude, you're on. You're on the same length over here, so it's got to be you.
Hello. Jesus.
Oh, Duck. You want to go help him with that broken toy that I gave him?
I'm coming. Duck, I'm coming for you, buddy. I'm going to help you out.
Yeah, you might want to get that fixed before you get out there with the white hat. I'm just saying.
Like what happened that one game where he didn't even get the white hat because...
Oh, that's right, because he was on
I don't
mute.
hear you, Duck. I don't hear you.
You're on mute.
Yeah, you've got to push it.
I can't see.
Is it red? Shake your head. Is it red or green? Is it red? Okay. Then you're doing something wrong because Jarrett's works just fine.
Yeah.
It's not batteries.
It's 3 words, 2 consonants.
You can sit there and point your finger at me all you want. It's not going to tell me anything.
First vowel.
First letter.
First letter. It's a book. It's a book, right? It's a book.
You need to get that down.
I'm coming.
Oh, Doc. You know what? It's a good thing Jarrett's here because you'd be absolutely lost. Yeah, you got to remember 2 weeks ago, this is the same guy that he just kept pointing to his head because he lost the channel. And
all right, let's see here. Okay.
Frickin' frack.
I got your frickin' frack.
What the heck? Yeah, he's on he's on greens all the way.
This is why we can't have nice things, Duck.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Hold on a second.
How did you get a billboard?
Nope, there we go. What?
Well, it's got yours.
Yeah, Ducks. He's on the green.
All right. Well, hold on a second. Let me try to. I'm not sure why, because it has. Wow, that's weird. Yep, Blue Valley North comes out sporting the flag. I'm not sure. AB. There we go. Well, it's showing. Are you okay? Are you there?
It's too cold. Hey, there we go.
Are we there?
All right, I'm stepping away from you. All right, talk, Duck.
No.
Nothing.
You know what?
I bet he froze up.
Well, I'm looking on the receiver here, and it shows no battery life on yours. But what is it? Does yours show good battery on yours?
I gotta take it off. Take a look at it, and I will tell
Duck,
you.
Duck, shake your head yes or no. Does it show good?
Does it show good battery?
Half?
He's just half.
Wow, that's weird. Cause I just charge him up. Maybe have to come. I'll have Julie come down and get a couple more to you. I'm not sure why it's that way. Waiting for the Blazers as they are getting set to enter the tunnel, and we'll try to get Duck set up with some.
Yeah, I'll go out. I'll go out.
And I'll tell you right now, these boys are ready.
I'm going to be coming out with you guys for the coin flip. All right.
And I'll tell you what makes this interesting, Jared, and you can kind of comment on it. If you don't think the seniors on this team aren't hungry, just go to remember that these guys had a 10-game losing streak that ended the first game this year. So last year they didn't even win a game, and they lost their last game the year before. These guys know what it's like to not be able to have a winning season. Now they're trying to do everything they can to eliminate the chance of having a loss in the season.
Exactly, and that's obviously as a senior class and a senior group. I mean, this is something that you have been striving for all season, is to kind of almost redeem yourselves after the season that they had last year. And tell you what, they have definitely done that. 10-0, third round in the playoffs, and let's get this game going.
As we're waiting for the team captains to come out there, as Jarrett's going to be out there with the white hat. You want to do a one-on-one interview with the white hat real quick? And hey, Jarrett, you want to do a one-on-one interview with the white hat real quick and ask him how cold he is? If he needs any pocket warmers or anything for his hands and stuff?
Or Snickers.
A Snickers. You know what? That's what we need to do. We need to have Duck next year with a bunch of Snickers during Halloween and say, here, trick or treat.
He's just going to just hand out candy all the year.
Like, you look like you're hungry. Make better calls.
There you go. We're trying.
All right, here we go, guys.
As we are waiting, we've got Gage goalie.
Brody Marshall.
Yeah, Brody Marshall.
Luke Jennings.
And Robertson.
Gentlemen, shake hands.
Right.
Gentlemen, congratulations again on being here. We're going to have a great ball game tonight with two great teams. Blue Valley North, you won the toss. You elected to receive. At the clock, let's go ahead and turn that way if you would, please. We'll let the TV and the crowd know what we did. Blue Valley North won the toss. They've elected to receive at the clock. All right, gentlemen, let's have a great game.
And there you go. You might have heard one of the players in there saying, I miss you guys so much.
Yeah, that was Robert. He was actually talking to Robertson. There was a lot of emotion. They all those players gave Robertson a big hug, saying that they miss him. And tell you what, you got a defensive player like the Blazers do in Robertson. I'd miss him too.
Well, and Darren Robertson was the middle linebacker for Blue Valley North last year at that state championship team. So now he's going up against some of his best friends that he's gone to battle with, and trying to prevent them from going, because he's trying to get something new going here on the Blazers side. So this, I tried talking to Darren last week about it, saying, hey, the possibility of, taking on North if they win and you guys beat Shawnee Mission Northwest. He goes, I'm just looking at Shawnee Mission Northwest, and I'm just going, you know it's kind of back there, but he's not going to deal with it until the time comes. Well, guess what? Now's the time. So this is going to be kind of interesting to watch how Darren Robinson, the middle linebacker for the Blazers, plays against his old team, and talk about the strategy. We were talking about how the Blazers like to have the ball to start the second half. Blue Valley North wins the toss, and they elect to get on the field first because they want to get that score going. They want to take the lead. And now I hear the heaters as Jared is walking by them.
But they need to still, and probably need to still kick up, because they weren't kicking out anything at the moment.
Are you not working, Duck?
But with Blue Valley,
I don't think so. I think his is broken.
Bring it up here, Duck. I'll take a look at it.
But with Blue Valley North winning the toss, they're going to go into the win the first quarter.
Well, and the thing being, they're going to have the win at their back
in the fourth quarter.
At the second quarter. So.
And the fourth.
Yeah. But when you don't throw the ball that much, wind direction really doesn't bother you too much.
No, I'm talking about Blue Valley North.
Right, but I'm talking about Blazers. They're not worried about the win because they don't throw it that much. So
one pass the whole time last week.
That's all you needed. So it's the Blazers and the Mustangs of Blue Valley North here in the sectional action of the Class 6A Kansas State Tournament. Welcome all. Welcome everyone from Wisconsin. We've got from Ohio down to Arkansas, the Gardner area. A lot of people staying home because it's cold. That's why we're here. In about 2.5 hours, we're going to find out who's going on to Sub-State. High short kick at the 20-yard line. Up the middle, across the 30-yard line, up to about the 35. And that looks like that might have been Reed Speshman. Yeah, because you have switched over to Group B.
Huh?
You're Group A.
I'm always Group A.
No. Well, you had to switch over to Group B.
I love you.
Well, I love you too, but now
This
get
is why
down there.
we can't have nice things.
Now get down there and do your job. You're warmed up.
I'm going. I'm taking 5 minutes.
All right, 1st and 10
All right.
for Graham Mertz and the Mustangs.
Woo, game day.
Twins to both sides. Calling out the signal. No one back deep for the Blazers. Look for that a lot. Mertz back to pass over the top. Pass complete as Pritchard stumbled a little bit on the coverage. Crossed the 10 to 5, pushed out of bounds. And that was simply because Drew Cassidy stumbled on the pass. But they found exactly what they wanted. You can hear the Blue Valley North coaches right next to us. And simply just like that, Blue Valley North gets all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Yep, and that's something that we were definitely worried about, was the passing game of Blue Valley North and just how good they really are. And right there, they exposed that Gardner secondary.
Clock at 11:43. Make it 1st and goal from the 2. Single back set. Trips to the high side. Looking near side on the quick slant, and just like that, 2 plays touchdown for Blue Valley North. Takes a 6-0 lead.
Well, we talked earlier about throwing it into the wind. Yeah, there goes that idea.
Well, and you know, if you have it down, if you're not throwing the ball any further than about 10 or 15 yards, that's about the way it happens.
Oh.
The extra point is up and no good.
That ball got up in the air and it just died.
Well, there's a little bit of a crosswind pushing it to the far side as the wind goes from left to right. But Blue Valley North, in a matter of 20 seconds, takes a 6-0 lead. So 2 for 2 for Graham Mertz. Started on the 34-yard line, so make it a 66-yard drive.
2 plays.
2 plays.
20 seconds.
That's what we call very good utilization of your time.
Yeah. And if you're Blue Valley North, I mean, you know the strengthness of Gardner's defense is the run defense, and their biggest weakness is the pass defense. What do you think they're going to do all game?
Oh, and well,
they're not going to. I don't think they're going to hand the ball off once.
Oh, they will. Trust me, they will. They've got a guy that's already committed to Michigan. They're going to utilize him pretty well, I'm sure. So back deep for the Blazers. It's going to be Ramsey, Pritchard. I'm trying to say, I think that's Cassidy.
5'7" and 19, Ryan.
That's who it would be.
Coach is telling his return team to scoot up because that ball's just going to die in the wind.
If it gets past the 25, I'll be pretty surprised. Low line drive, squib kick. Picked up by Ramsey at the 15. He's got Pritchard ahead of him, gets to the outside of the sideline. Across the 40-yard line. Good field position for the Blazers. Mark him down at the 40-yard line, make it 1st and 10. I want to welcome everyone joining us on the Blazer Broadcast Network. 601 viewers already.
26 seconds in.
Wow.
Wow.
Watching all the way from Georgia. That's from Marcus Williams, former Blazer. Good
What's
to hear
up,
from
Marcus?
you, bud. Great-looking family he's got there. Robert Pacheco, Robbo.
What's up, Cheeks?
Daddy Cheeks. Hand off to Hunsberger up the middle, and he tripped up just a little bit, made it up to the 43. Real quick, Martha Davis's Go Blazers all the way from Houston, Texas. Mustang Joe says, let's go Mustangs. I'll give you that. Jim Grinnell from Lebanon, Illinois checking in.
Jimbo.
Let's see who.
Warren check in yet?
Warren has checked in. He loves the picture. 2nd and 8. Jennings bumps his own man up to the 45. Make it 3rd and 5. And twice had a few miscues as Hunsberger ran in, got a little bit tripped up early, and then Jennings ran into his own lineman. Not sure if there's a little bit of nerves going on or not. Let's see who else is checking in.
Channel 9 is checking in from the sideline tonight.
Huh?
KNBC 9 News.
Yeah. So 3rd and 5. Hunsberger up the middle. He's got a first down. Up to the 46-yard line of Blue Valley North. Clock stops at 10:16 to move the chains. And this is just it. And we I talked to Coach Cornelson about this. You've got the kind of offense that you can milk the clock, you can get these long drives going, but at the same time, the defense starts getting sucked in on this veer, and they start buying in on the run, and you get one good block, and you get by the second level, and next thing you know, you're gone for the touchdown. They can score just that quick. Jennings brought down behind the line of scrimmage initially. I believe that was 78. It was kind of hard to see the numbers for Blue Valley North. I believe that was Brock Anderson.
Now that was taunting last week. The last 2 weeks, everything Blue Valley North has done after the stop has been taunting last 2 weeks. I'd like to see how the officials handle that this week.
Well, those guys.
Those are also a different officiating crew.
Yeah. There's another bump as McKelvey bumped into Hunsberger off the handoff. He's going to get up just shy of the 45, so make it 3rd and a long 7.
Like I said, this is a very pivotal drive for the Blazers, I think. And Ryan, you mentioned it. This is a battle of two offenses, and the Blazers, I think they really need to take advantage of every single possession, because if the Blue Valley North, if they're able, there's a flag right there.
Yep, that's going to buy it 5 yards. That's going to shorten it up just a little bit. Trenton Stromberg wants to say, good luck, Gardner. Duck wants some hand warmers.
I'm good, brother. Appreciate you looking out, though.
Robert Mills checking in. Logan Bambrock checking in. Says, go Blazers. Clint Barney says, Gardner guy working in El Paso this week.
Clint's a good guy.
All over the place. Texas, Illinois, Wisconsin, Arkansas,
Iowa,
Ohio. So on 3rd and 4, McKelvey's going to keep it himself, trying to get around a corner. Not much there. Breaks a couple tackles. He may have a first down. Wow, that was a quick signal for 4th down. I'll tell you what, I'm thinking Coach Cornelson might go for this.
Give it to us.
You're trying out there, aren't you, Doug?
We're home team and undefeated. Give it to, there it is. Thank you, sir.
Working the ref, huh? Is that what you're doing, Doug?
Homer.
You're a homer. You got to do what you got to do. So clock stopped at 8:20 in the first quarter, 6-0 lead. Ball on the 37-yard line. McKelvey keeps himself, cuts it inside. I thought McKelvey was going to take that outside. He didn't have anyone outside his blocker.
6-yard gain on the
one of the fastest guys on the field. Give him about 6 yards on the play. You can't argue with 6 yards on the first down.
After the 6-yard gain, it is 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line.
Off the middle, that's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say move the chains, and this is what the Blazer offense does. They will sit there and chop away at it. And as you heard Will talk about last week, they only had one passing play, and I believe that went for a touchdown, didn't it? That was McKelvey's pass to Gage Goalie. Clock running at 7:15 here in the first quarter. Jennings cuts it inside. Nice job on the low tackle, just short of the 20-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play.
Trying to see who that was. I believe that might have been Danny
22.
Nam. I don't know. I saw 7, but whoever had that low cut.
Duck said 22.
We'll go with 22 then. That'd be Kaylee Allen.
2nd and 5 from the 21.
And they don't give a height or weight on their roster for Blue Valley North, so I can't tell you how tall or what he weighs. Kelly keeps it himself, cuts it back inside, breaks the tackle, spin move, fights down past the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Down inside the 5-yard line.
McKelvey driving, spinning.
It'll be 1st and goal to go for the Trailblazer offense.
Clock stopped at 6:30.
Number 7, Nam, combining on the tackle with.
Hey, you want to guess the number right now on the broadcast? How many people we have watching?
445.
How about 773?
Even better.
Even better. Thanks for everyone joining
What did Doug
us.
say last week if we hit 1,000?
Nope. I'll shave my head.
No, you said you'd grow your hair out. Pretty sure.
That'll take a while.
We won't talk about what I talked about, Jared.
Let's not do that.
If we don't hit 1,000?
No, yeah. We will.
We won't do that.
We will leave that alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 2nd and goal from the 3. Clock at 6 minutes here in the first quarter.
It's cold, guys.
Oh, stop whining. You got the best seats in the house.
The best seats in the house are where you guys are
No,
sitting.
it's still cold up here.
Yeah.
Get around.
Jennings cuts it back inside, leans up ahead, but he's going to be denied at the 1-yard line. Nice job of that Mustang defense.
Need a 2 on the play.
Now, here's a question for you. Even though it's early in the game, 5:30 on 4 down territory, you going to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You cannot leave points on the board.
No.
You cannot against.
Well,
you just saw what they did. 2 plays, 60 yards, in 20 seconds.
Right, but I'm talking about this offense being that good.
No, they jumped first.
Yeah,
they
jumped and knocked the ball out of the center's hand. But there's no flags on the play.
What?
Whoa. Coach Cornelson's going to come out of his shoes here in a second. What? Did he snap? Okay.
Was that a fumble recovery, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So
Wow.
they jumped after the snap?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Center snapped in and everybody else stayed still.
Okay, thank you.
All right, 4th and 2.
Appreciate
Blazers are going for it. Clock at 4:55. Coach Cornelson wants a timeout. And you get now. See, that's a weird thing. Duck's setting up the goal line next to the ref. Coach Cornelson's about the 20-25, and we could hear Coach Cornelson yelling timeout. So I don't.
This guy can't hear. I mean, if you can see what I got, I mean, he's got his entire head is wrapped up.
Why isn't your entire head wrapped up?
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. All right.
But I mean, they're like full duck hunting outfit down here.
Well, I would be too. 4:46 on the clock. Looking at a 4th and goal from the 2 for the Blazers.
Why are they hunting you?
I don't know, but if you take a look down in the other end zone, the Blue Valley cameraman, he's in his duck blind.
Probably that windshield.
It's rabbit. It's rabbit season.
It's rabbits.
You need hot hands or anything? Are you good? You good? You warm? You need hot hands or anything?
Say what?
Oh, you got them in your pocket. Oh, you're smart.
All right, here we go. 4th and 2. Or 4th and goal from the 2. Jennings up ahead, gets ahead, and for the touchdown, Blazers. 4:43 to go in the first quarter on 4th and goal. Luke Jennings goes in from 2. As Luke Jennings scores for the 12th time this year rushing.
This is a big kick, guys.
It is a big kick. Extra point is up and good. Blazers with a 7-6 lead. We're going to take a timeout. Be back with the kickoff right after this on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
The sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
The Design Company Salon. New owners and the same great service, but with a new look. Go check them out, 136 East Main in Gardner.
Blazers Restaurant, not just serving burgers, they now have barbecue, soft serve, and hand-dipped ice cream with 8 different flavors and combinations. Blazers Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. Check out their paint department, including their paint tinter and Clarkson Kensington Paint and Primer in one. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner, across the street from Cherry Berry.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Ian Jones with the camera. Will the Thrill McIntyre to my left with the stats. Dustin Duck Martin and Dustin Duck Martin and Jarrett Finley down on the sideline. 5 minutes, 57 seconds on that drive is exactly what the Blazers need to do to keep Graham Mertz and the Mustangs off the field. Onside kick at the 50-yard line, and I'll tell you what, that thing might have been perfect, as it's going to be picked up at the 49-yard line, but that's what Cornelison will do.
Yeah, that's what kind of you and I kind of talked about is, we probably expected them to do that because we've seen how fast this other offense can really score.
And Ian said during the timeout, that in that case, maybe a chance that Blue Valley North goes for a lot of 2-point conversions.
2-point conversions, and they're going to go for it on 4th down no matter what.
4:43 to go in the first. Blazers with a 7-0 lead. Mertz going deep. Pass is going to be complete at the 20-yard line. Pass complete to Cameron Burt.
Number 1 receiver in the state of Kansas.
Jared has that heater.
Trying to get his hands warmed up a little bit.
It's
Cameron Burt so far 17 touchdowns on the season, going deep in the end zone.
Oh, man.
And they're going to
he dropped it.
Well, they're going to say he had possession of it when he came down, and 2 plays again from 49 yards.
One of them's calling a drop, and the other one's calling a touchdown, fellas.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that he dropped it.
Well,
he went to the ground and then it fell out.
But the thing is, he had control of it when his knees came down. Then let's put it this way: if that's the NFL, they're going to say that's not a catch. We'll just put it that way.
Cowboys fan knows too much about that.
Dez caught it.
Yeah, but they shouldn't even have been there because the Lions caught it the week before.
No.
Yes.
That's another one.
Oh! A point off the upright makes it 7-12. At 4:25, so the Mustangs have had the ball in an accumulation of 38 seconds and have scored 2 touchdowns. Blazers went 5:57 to score their touchdown. What do you think this game is going to do?
One end's going to be run and gun. The other one is we're going to hike the ball with 1 second left on the play clock and kill your defense.
That's going to be interesting. Real quick, check in on Facebook. Hey, do you guys want to know what the total is right now?
We're at 900.
928.
Wow.
You guys are awesome. Bruce Bookholder says watching the game in Hayes with Coach Cornelson's mother-in-law,
hey, all right.
Linda Reuter, and grandfather-in-law Norman. So hello to them. Let's see. Let's back up a little bit here. Lauren Calloway says really easy. Yeah, that was real easy for him. Let's see. Melissa Reeves checking in. Mustang Joe still in there. Roger Ladig from Mishawaka, Indiana. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see. Trying to back up. Gina Turner checking in. Leslie Celestin. Maple Murray, J.R. Winters. Yep, that's pretty sweet. So 4:25 to go, 12-7 lead. High kick. Pritchard kicks it at the 23-yard line, looks for a hole.
Nothing.
Gets up to the 30-yard line, and that's where he's going to be stopped at. So this is, okay, Jarrett, so you tell me, is this the case of the, I don't even know what I can't say irresistible force and immovable object. It's just, it's two totally different offenses that the defenses have to look at.
Yeah, this is a situation to where, like I said, one offense, you can't score on your possession. I mean, you have to score on every possession that you have, and you have to take advantage of it. And obviously, we've seen with extra points that you have to convert. And so
Hunsberger around the corner, the 40, down the sideline, across the 40, pushed out of bounds.
Great job, Hunt.
Hunsberger, the transfer from St. Thomas Aquinas last year. And I'll tell you what, he's been a huge factor for this team because Coach Dreiling at St. Thomas runs pretty much the same offense. So putting him in was just like, hey, we've got a grease Cogden here that's just money.
This game kind of reminds me of those games where it's going to be whoever has possession last.
Kind of like 2010 a little bit?
A little bit like 2010.
Kind of scares you, don't it?
It does a little bit.
Clock stopped at 4:10 in the first quarter. 1st and 10.
False start or a jump?
Must be a false start. I'm not sure. They had a guard that was pulling. I don't know if he was trying to make sure he got out ahead of time.
False start on the offense, 5 yards, replay first down.
Can't have it. Can't have that.
957 viewers right now. DJ Francis says, will someone tell GHS that the safety should be farther off the line than 7 yards? They're going to get burnt deep every time. Well, I'm not going to tell the coach what to do because he knows more about what's going on than I do. Clock stopped at 4:08, but I get your point.
Yeah.
But you've got to have every man accounted for. So that's what Coach Sims's offense does.
Gentlemen, the temperature has dropped. It now feels like 5 degrees.
5 degrees. Check that. Jennings trying to get around the outside. Gets around the 40. Tries to stiff arm up to the 45.
We'll take it.
And he's going to be brought down about 3 yards short of the first down marker. So on 1st and 15, did a nice job getting around the corner.
And Jennings part of the three-headed monster with him, McKelvey, and Hunsberger that were just named Hy-Vee Co-Athletes of the Week by 41 Action News.
That was kind of sweet. I like how they said that, the three-headed monster.
Yeah.
A, B, and C.
All with over 1,100 yards rushing this season.
Pretty outstanding right there. Clocked at 3:25. Hunsberger trying to find a hole and trying to back out of it. And he's going to end up losing about a yard on it, make it 3rd and 5. And I'll tell you what, Hunsberger lowered his shoulder against a bunch of white shirts, and he wasn't afraid to take them on either. Clock running at 3:05. And no, hey, you got that shirt with you there, Jared?
Yep.
Okay. Jared?
He's walking down there. I don't know what he's doing. You all right, bud?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Jennings gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's taunting, like literally. We were called for that last week.
Yeah, that's
before.
Well, and Johnson was charged for that last week, doing the exact same thing off a huge stop at the goal line.
I guess that's the difference between a big game and a game where you're blowing out your opponent.
Coach Cornelson's going to go for it here on 4th and 4. Now, do you try to do the draw offsides?
Yeah, I think you shoot for it. I mean, I think you at least give it a try.
Nope. Going to give it to McKelvey. He's going to try to get inside, pushing up ahead. He's going to be close to a first down marker, and I think they're going to give it to him the way the far line judge was coming up.
No, we're going to be about a half yard short, Rye.
Are we?
He's coming out like they're spotting it first down, it looks like.
That's close. I'm going to ask for a measurement on that. That's so close on something like that. I'd call for a measurement. So a turnover on downs at the 30-yard line. I'm hearing those Jets there. I hear those Jets going there, Jared. Just a little bit.
I am freezing.
You're freezing?
I hate this weather. It is the worst. That's why I work inside
Everyone
now.
in Wisconsin's laughing at you right now, just to let you know.
I know. They're sunbathing in this.
Mertz going downfield. Pass complete at the 50-yard line. Complete to, trying to see who that was.
Roberts.
Kind of hard to tell with the numbers.
Roberts.
Yep, Eric Roberts. Clock running at 1:52 in the first quarter. Mertz getting a little bit of pressure, scrambling. Sidearm throw, incomplete.
That's his first incomplete.
Yep.
That's the first time we've made contact, too.
Well, that's the first time they've actually got him running a little bit and got some pressure on him.
So this is what it's like being a season ticket holder at Lambeau.
Probably.
All right.
And you know what? They show up for every game. Hey, and what are you doing Sunday?
I'm going to be at Mercy Park.
If it was this cold, would you be there?
Absolutely.
Okay, then enough said.
That's why I'm not complaining about it, Jared.
Some people don't have the luxury of dome stadiums.
Well, they don't worry about this in Dallas because they've got other things to worry about.
No, they worry about the half of inch of snow they get and they flip out driving.
Come on.
There's a slant
I'm not
complete.
from Texas, guys. Like, I don't know what you're trying to bash Texas for. I didn't do anything.
You don't have to do anything.
Jared, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm always a big fan.
I don't have an exact number, but gentlemen, we have hit the 1,000 mark.
Woo. There we go.
$1 grand.
That's the most. That's the most you've ever had, correct?
That's the most we've ever had, yep.
Middle!
Play action, or the handoff.
Whoa, they ran the ball.
Yep. And it's going to be a first down for the Mustangs. Clock stopped at 1:07. They'll start the clock after they get the ball set. Mertz already at two-step drop. Cousin Easy getting a little bit of pressure.
It's come back.
Pass complete at the 15-yard line. A flag on the play.
Joe, that's going to be a holding on the offense.
Yeah, kind of saw that on the near end. Flags at the 36-yard line. They're marked at the 35, so they're going to back it 10 yards, making a spot foul. So it's going to negate that play.
The entire Blazers sideline had that call.
Including
well, at least someone had it. Jordan McIntyre says, tell Deck I'll see him Sunday at the game.
Attaboy.
Clock stopped at 53.7 seconds, so this is going to back it up. Make it third and 23, or no, first and 23. I was trying to figure out whether they were going to third on the board for. Twins to the near side, trips up top, or Twins up top with the slot. Now they bring one in motion. And he's getting pressure. Mertz finally gets rid of the ball. He had to throw it away, but he was getting pressure by Corbin Moore. Clock stops at 48.3. That defensive line starting to get some pressure on Mertz.
You know, we were talking pregame about how we'll give props This Mertz kid's for real, guys.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
The way he's calling the defense, and he's moving his guys around. This kid's a stud.
Oh, by far. 2nd and 23. Trying to throw in the bucket. It's going to be incomplete, but they're going to throw the flag, and Johnson just lost his foot. If he doesn't lose his footing, he doesn't come down on the receiver.
Gentlemen, I'm wondering because our judge over here, we've got a flag at the 40 too.
Now they're having a conference on the far side.
It's looking like it's going against North, guys.
Well, it's going to be offsetting then. Well, no, you mean the pass interference?
No.
Ineligible man downfield. That's going to be offsetting and replay the down. Okay, here's my question, and you'd have to get an explanation, Duck. How you had an ineligible man downfield when it was like a two-step drop and just kind of a throw in a bucket kind of play.
Well, I think we had a lineman miss his block, and he took 3 yards up the field. So he went forward while the rest of the line went back, so he looked like a receiver.
Well, that might do it. 43 and a half seconds left, 2nd and 23 on the 45. Blazers pull out of the blitz. Screen pass, tackled at the 42-yard line. Peyton Vance with the pressure. They try to go with the screen.
There's a flag on the far side.
And you know what? I would almost decline this, but then again,
we're talking about that on the sideline right now, coaches.
But then again, the way the defense is playing right now, do you try to back him up 10 more yards?
Coaches are waving it off.
Illegal shift. I'd say back it up.
Coaches declining it.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be 3rd and 23. But, man, can you imagine 2nd and 33 or 28?
Yeah, tell you what, watch your defensive line right here. Just in the house.
Hey, Duck, during the timeout, switch back those other batteries real quick. Mertz going deep. He's got a man open, overthrows him. Mertz was looking, I believe, for Mari Peshek-Hickson and overthrew him.
Yeah, he was there.
Makes it 4th and 23. He was open.
That was a rare miss by Hurts. He was wide open, just kind of missed his guy just a little bit over his head.
And looks like North is going to go for it on 4th and 23.
When you've got a man with that arm, yeah.
Why not? Mertz directing traffic.
Empty backfield.
And the play clock's not even moving. I don't get that.
Play clock.
Quick squib kick. Oh, no. Wow. Did he ever gain control of it? They're going to say he did at the 2-yard line. Clock stops at 11 seconds. So Mertz with a quick kick.
Somebody in that booth needs.
Yeah, play clock wasn't even moving. I'm not sure why that was happening. And that's something the refs have got to be looking at.
Yeah.
So a turnover on downs from the 30. A punt forced by the Blazers gives them the ball at the 2-yard line.
We're at 1,080 people watching.
Wow. That's nice. I love it when something happens like that. Quick hit up the middle. Hunsberger across the 5-yard line up to the 6. Just shy of the 7-yard line. Clock running at 1 second. That's going to be the end of the first quarter with North leading 12-7 We'll take a timeout, be back with the second quarter on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
American Computers, your one-stop shop for all of your computer needs. Stop in and see what all they have in stock. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight in Gardner, across the street from Trails West Ace Hardware.
Planet Sub. Don't forget, when you need your event catered, call Deanna at 605-1068. Planet Sub at 921 East Lincoln Lane in Gardner.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Contact Sean for any home indoor air quality products that you might need or be interested in. Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. 638-1647.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
When you're Kansas City born and raised, you know just how much meat matters. That's why Price Chopper employs real butchers. They're hard at work every day in every store, so you never have to settle for something prepackaged out of state. They're so sure you'll love their KC Pride beef, they even back it with a 200% guarantee. Stop by Price Chopper tonight, where they cut meat, never corners. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Postseason action brought to you by McCarthy Auto Group. Check them out at kccars.com. Also, HD broadcast brought to you by Capes Whole Homes Heating and Cooling. You see their logo right there to the right. Also, tech support by American Computers. Start of the second quarter. Blazers with the ball. 2nd and 5 from the 7-yard line. McKelvey keeps it himself. And he may get a yard out of it.
I think it would have been fine had he not have tried to Kareem Hunt that one.
That's almost getting to be a thing anymore, isn't it?
Anymore. I mean, these guys just leap and join the highlight reel. Fellas just right through the defender.
Hey, did you change those batteries, Doug?
Oh, not yet. We're okay.
All right.
I got to take my fingers out of my gloves.
Well, you just need to make sure you're on Group A.
Oh, I love Group A.
Or the A group?
Thumbs up to you too, buddy. Oh, he's telling the guy he's on. Okay, just check.
Clock running at 11:20.
He's off!
Hand off to Jennings.
We got it. First down.
And he's going to be close to the first down mark. Duck saying he's got it. The man on the spot.
Sideline report brought to you by the parking spot, KCI.
Wow. All right, Denny Matthews. Can Denny Matthews just retire unless he's going to get excited about anything?
Denny's got nothing else to prove, man. He's been to World Series. He's in the Hall of Fame.
So just relax, enjoy yourself.
You and Len just go play golf, man.
Please.
Go away.
Don't go away mad.
Yeah, just go away.
I miss Fred White.
I miss Freddie.
McKelvey keeps it himself. He's going to have a first down.
You know who could call the game? Bob.
Who?
Bob Davis.
Bob Davis.
Former
Jayhawk.
Was he not fun to listen to?
Bob was awesome. I loved it.
I'll tell you the guy I can't stand. The guy calling the basketball games or calling the stuff for KU now.
Gurley?
Brian Haney.
Brian Haney. That guy is terrible. Bob Haney, he's got it going.
He's so monotone.
Oh, my God. Get ready.
It's such yeah.
He has a good radio voice for just talking and everything. He's not a play-by-play guy by no means. I'm not saying that I am. I'm just saying I know what isn't. Not much there for Hunsberger. Make it 2nd and 8. I might as well just let Brian McGee do the commentating on the side.
Oh, McGee.
Up to the 16-yard line. Number 78 making the tackle for the Mustang defense.
Clock running at 10:15 in the half.
You doing good, sir? You warm? All right.
Hey, got the head nod.
Check on you.
Ask him if he wants a Snickers.
No, not yet.
It's too early for
I'll take a hot chocolate. That's what I'll take.
Oh, man.
I'm fine. My toes are getting cold up here.
Shut up.
Yeah.
He's up here.
McKelvey tries to get around the corner. And not much there. So check it, 3rd, and what are they going to mark it at? About 6?
1 yard gain.
I say it's time to drop a pass. Drop a pass then.
Possibly could. They're going to leave it two safeties in the backfield just in case. This is about the time you see in the coaching staff starting to make their adjustments. Clock running at 9:20. McKelvey going for the pass, looking downfield, looking for Brody. I'm not sure if he was looking for Gage Goley or Brody Marshall. looked like initially for Gully, pass is going to be incomplete. So now the Blazers are going to be forced to punt with 9:15 to go in the half, as they were only able to get about the 22-yard line.
1,113.
Wow. We'll have to check on the high snap, and it's partially blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. It's only going to get a net of about 3 yards. Real quick, I got this from Jeff Regals with Madison.com. Says, story is top story at Madison.com. Assume 1,080 viewers is high for you guys. Going to try to make it to halftime. Been a long week. Thanks again for letting us know. I'll tell you what, Jeff Regals carries the strangest hours. But huge deal, and thanks to Jeff Regals with Madison.com and getting that on there, and hope everyone's enjoying watching the I guess prize recruit. Over 1,100 viewers now on the broadcast. Clock at 9:10, and this is a dangerous situation given Graham Mertz short field like this at the 19-yard line.
Pass!
It's going for a corner route. Pass is going to be
He's out of bounds.
Complete for the touchdown. And right now, the corners cannot keep up with the receivers, and Graham Mertz is putting these things on a dime. So one play after the partially blocked punt makes it 18-7. Gets set for the extra point.
Are they going to go for 2?
I would go for 2 here.
Yep.
Yeah, they've missed back-to-back extra points. Probably.
Well,
we need one.
You know what? And I'll take that back. You can, but if you go for the extra point, you're still up 12, and it's early. It doesn't necessarily mean you need it. Just like that, they go for 2, make it 20-7. We're going to take a timeout. Be back with a kickoff right after this on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning, where customer service and industry knowledge collide. Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning, 638-1647.
Humphreys Family Dentistry. Come meet one of the newest and best young dentists in the area. Dr. Julie Humphreys will win you over simply with her smile. Dr. Julie Humphreys at Humphreys Family Dentistry, 434 West Main in Gardner.
Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. Let Jeff get that showroom shine your car used to have with the best rates anywhere. Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. 620-1253.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ragland, Ian Jones, Willa Thrill McIntyre at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Jarrett Finley and Dustin Duckmar down the sideline. Postseason action brought to you by McCarthy Auto Group. HD broadcast brought to you by Capes Whole Homes Heating and Cooling with tech support by American Computers. 9:05 to go in one play, 19 yards. Another touchdown pass for Graham Mertz makes it 20-7. With 9:05, now Jarrett, here's what I'm talking about. Here's that situation that we talked about on the phone earlier today. 9:05, and it's going to be hard-pressed for the Blazers to take 9 minutes off the clock, but if they can take enough time off the clock and prevent North from scoring at the end of the half, Blazers get the ball back, and they can actually...
That's right. That's kind of a situation that we're going to be looking at right here. What that Blazer offense, it needs to crank it up a little bit, because right now just a little bit stagnant right now, and so we'll see if the ball goes out of the back of the end zone. So let's see if this offense can maybe turn it up a little notch, can eat some clock, go down, get the score, get the onside kick and score again just before halftime to put this, try to take that 1 point lead in halftime.
Clock at 9:05 in the half. We'll take a look at some of the scores around Class 6A. Olathe North, leading Shawnee Mission East 10-0. Lawrence Free State and Manhattan tied at 7, and Derby is trailing Topeka by a score of 7-0. That's a shocker there. Yep.
Wow. Have they trailed all season?
I don't think they have. I wouldn't think so.
Got some upsets brewing.
Well, it's actually a lot of people have said that North is going to be that. A lot of people are taking North in this game, and I can understand why when you have the talent of Mertz. But it's you take a look at history. Defending Class 6A state champs, you're taking on a team that's 10-0, but they're physical. But if you take a look at the front line, that front four by North is just huge. Jennings trying to keep it himself, and he's not going to get anywhere. He couldn't even get around the corner. And there's a lot of changes going to have to be going on here in a little bit by the Blazer coaching staff. Clock running at 8:20. And right now they are not in the situation to be able to go 3 and out and give North great field position again. A couple of the scores real quick. St. Thomas leading Mill Valley 13-0. Olathe West and DeSoto tied at 7. Great Bend and Mays leading Great Bend 7-0. Third and 9, 7:50 to go in the half. Jennings with the ball again, trying to get around the corner. Spin move. He's going to be short of the first down. You want to go for it, but man, you're just not close enough. Looks like you might be a yard and a half, Duck. Is that what it looks like?
It's going to be a long two. Long two.
What do you say, Jared? Do you go for it?
You have to. I think you're down. Right now you're down 3 scores. You have to start taking some chances because that's the last thing you want to do. Like I said, it's so questionable because if you don't make it, you give them another short field. And if you punt it, you have to rely on your defense.
And you're punting into the wind.
Punting into the wind too. And obviously in these conditions, it's not easy.
Just like that, we got the jump.
Got the first down.
That's going to be the first down. And I'll tell you what, that does nothing but drive a coach nuts. Prime position or a situation where you don't want to jump and guys just get amped up on 4th down and guys lose their head for a second. That's just about the only way to explain it, isn't it? Clock running at 7 minutes. What was that? Whoa. Who was that?
What? Who did what?
Who was that?
What?
Who yawned?
Nobody yawned.
That was Duck.
Nobody yawned. Bass is checking.
Hey, I'm a champ at yawns.
Yeah.
I know a yawn when I hear it.
Yeah, it was a yawn.
Okay.
Yawny.
Jennings trying to get around the corner, breaks one tackle, and the second one breaks the third, fourth. It takes the 5th and 6th man to bring down Luke Jennings. How can you chew ice?
I'm not. I was trying to get all the. There's still some left.
You're still trying. He's trying to get Sub-Zero ice out of a cup.
I'm not. I'm trying to get my raspberry Powerade out of my cup that's sitting
God.
under the ice.
Jeez. Are you kidding me?
Hey, man's got to do what he's got to do. Not letting raspberry Powerade go to waste.
Jennings gets the first down across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Clock stopped at 5:53. All right, Jared, this is kind of what we've been talking about. This is kind of like the Blazers' MO. They get a little bit slow to be at the start. Coaching staff makes their adjustments, finds what the defense is giving them, what they're not giving them, and they make those adjustments. And next thing you know, they start working the oil again.
Exactly. I think that the coaches have really noticed that this is a very aggressive defense. That's a run right here.
Jennings shoves off one Mustang up to the 30-yard line.
Oh, that was cheeky.
Wow, that was a pretty much of a low hit as Jennings based on the ground.
Come on.
And gets a spear.
He is livid.
And now Brody Marshall.
Come on.
I'm not sure. One of the Mustangs was talking to the bench.
Well, he's been flexing on the whole game. So.
Yeah, number 21 has been just running his mouth the entire game.
He probably would have been tossed out of the game last week with the crew that we had.
The crew we had last week was flag happy.
Oh, they were. Hunsberger with the carry. And he's going to be a long one, just shy of the 45-yard line. Need to get about the 44.5. So make it a yard. Clock running at 4:40.
But that's just the difference between this week's game and last week's game is this week they're going to let a lot more slide because of the implications and how good these two teams are. Last week it was a blowout, so they weren't wanting a brawl to happen.
Jennings finds a hole, cuts it back inside up to the 40-yard line. Move the chains again. First down for the Blazers. Once again, a huge thanks to Jeff Riggles with Madison.com for getting the game on for us up there. Hope everyone in Wisconsin is enjoying it. Of course, then again, they really haven't seen much of Mertz. Probably, how many plays has Mertz been on the field comparatively to
4?
To the Blaze?
Yeah, like 4.
Wait, is it fair for a Mustang player to come up in the box to get warm? That's going to be another first down for the Blazers. McKelvey with the keeper. And McKelvey's starting to feel it a little bit. And I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that Coach Diener always pointed out, and it stands true regardless of where you're at, you put a senior in the situation where you're threatening the possibility of ending his career at football, seniors are going to start doing a few extraordinary things. Jennings trying to get to the outside, cuts it back in. He's going to get a couple yards. Clock running at 3:32.
Hey, Will.
Yes.
How much time was on the clock when we got this drive started?
It was 9:10.
Okay.
So they've taken 6 minutes off the clock on this drive in 10 plays, starting at the 20-yard line. Play clock down to 3. Hunsberger with the ball.
Fumble.
Close to the 25.
He's staying here. He's called. Yep.
It's going to be 3rd and about 6. And the Koopmeister's here, man. Good seeing you. Where's the Griff? Man, he's on the list. He's a should have been on the broadcast and hasn't even should have been yet. That doesn't work well with me. We're going to have the discussion about that later on.
Coop's up there?
Coop's up here.
Why isn't he on the chains?
He's smarter than the guys on the chain, I guess. Who's on the chains? Who's on the chains, Coop?
Okay.
Got a timeout. 2:24 to go in the first half. Want to remind everyone the broadcast is brought to you by McCarthy Auto Group, title sponsors of postseason and tournament action. HD broadcast brought to you by Cape's Whole Homes Heating and Cooling with tech support by American Computers. And need to say a huge thanks for everyone joining us on the Blazer Broadcast Network. Over 1,100. Hunter Skeens, my boy Stubbs, going to get them DBs right at halftime. John Finks has agreed cameraman. I'm not sure what you said, but agreed with something.
I don't know.
Pacheco is saying 19 degrees, feels like 5. Yeah, I'd say that. Is that right? Is that about right there, Doc?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, we might be down to 4 now.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I don't know if there's much difference between 4 and 5.
1 degree.
McKelvey looking for a hole, cuts it back inside, spin move. Bounces off, gets a couple yards. They may say he's down. Yeah, I've got one on this side saying he's down.
2 of them say he's down.
Yeah.
No, he's got him down.
So Cameron.
And he's down.
So Stephen Camp needs to bring the ball back. But McKelvey is getting up real gingerly.
Hopefully just a stinger with this cold weather, but.
Well, now you've got fourth down. Now you got 4th down. I think Cornelson's going to call a timeout, and he's going to.
He's calling a timeout for a reason.
He's calling a timeout, for McKelvey.
Well, the referee's telling him that McKelvey's got to come off for a play. So Coach asked, hey, if I call a timeout, can he come back in? He said yes. Because McKelvey went down and he stayed down.
Yeah, but, okay, here's my question, and this is splitting hairs. But if the trainer doesn't come out, does that constitute the player not being injured?
That's the problem. I don't know.
I mean, Keisha has some strange rules once in a while. So 4th and 6 from Blue Valley North's 24-yard line, 20-7 lead for the Mustangs. Clock at 2:14. Who's yawning now?
That was a yawn.
You cannot be yawning during this game. That is totally unacceptable.
How are you yawning?
Hey, let's give a shout out to the JV guys standing around the heaters getting warmed up.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't blame them.
The one heater's already out of gas.
Here's a couple scores for you. Manhattan leading Lawrence Free State 14-7. Topeka and Derby tied at 7. That could be 2 upsets on the western side. Jennings keeps the ball. He's going to be brought down short of the 20-yard line on 4th and 6. So another turnover on downs. So the Blazers ended up taking 7 minutes off the clock and come up empty. Now the Blazer defense really needs to hold the Mustangs as they will get the ball back to start the second half.
I got you. Thanks. Oh, there you are.
Duck's the new ball boy for the Blazers.
Hey, whatever it takes. Duck's always willing to help out doing anything.
No timeouts? No. Okay, thank you.
You got confirmation. Man, you are just...
Well, you can call it, but we get a flag for it, right? No? Okay.
Really? I bet Chris Weber wishes he didn't get a...
I know, a technical
on the calling with no timeouts left. Mertz looking down the center. Pass can be complete at the 30-yard line. Brought down at the 32. Clock stopped at 2:04. I think 2 minutes in Mertz time is like 5.
2 minutes of Mertz time is the beginning of the football game.
Oh, okay. Quick slant, pass incomplete.
Ryan, it's like watching Phillip Rivers. I mean, not the whiny baby Phillip Rivers. The
talented Phillip Rivers.
I mean, I just counted on when that kid had that ball go like a second and a half. He's not holding on to it very long.
No.
I got an injury.
Trying to get off the field now is Jonah
class.
May.
That's class.
Yep, nice job.
Nice job.
That's Amari Peshek-Hickson, who has just got an offer from Michigan, another Big Ten school. Mertz runs over to the side to get a play as the play clock is down to 12.
Better hurry. There it is.
I was going to say, I'm not sure you're going to be able to get the play and everything else done as Coach Sims calls a timeout. McCarthy Auto Group halftime show coming up next. We'll take a look at the stats, scores around the state for the playoffs. Holy moly. I'll give you a score real quick. Wichita Northwest taking on Bishop Carroll 35-20. And Carroll was supposed to be one of the top teams in the state. In fact, St. Thomas and Bishop Carroll took on each other last year, and everyone was predicting that those two teams would be back again this year.
Wichita Northwest has like 3 D1 kids on their team, though.
Yeah, they haven't done much lately. And how about Olathe West? They go 2-6 in the regular season, and they're looking for their 3rd win in postseason as they lead 14-7 over DeSoto at DeSoto.
Wow.
So right now you have 2 road teams in 5A leading. You have 3 road teams in 6A leading. That doesn't give a very good odds for the Blazers right now. Quick snap. Mertz drops it, picks it back up.
They tried to catch the Blazers off guard because they had McKelvey was talking to Coach Walters.
Are they out too?
And they rushed up to the line and they almost got the Blazers napping.
Well, that was heads up by Mertz trying to get it going, but I'll tell you what, he's not wearing any gloves. And I was out there doing an interview with Coach Cornelson earlier, and I had to keep switching my hands back and forth trying to make sure my hands were going to be able to hold the ball or hold the mic, and that wind was just frosting.
He's got that heated hand warmer in there.
Yeah, I didn't have one. So clock running, and look for Coach Sims to call a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock, and he calls timeout, stops it at 1:11, facing a 3rd and 18.
He's got one left.
And we are down to 0, correct?
We have 0 left. He's got one left.
So who's doing the interview with Coach Cornelson?
Jared's going to suck it up, and he's going to do it.
You're closer to the sideline.
Change that.
He likes you better.
Oh.
Everyone likes Duck better.
Who doesn't?
Me.
So, yeah,
Wow.
So Duck, do you want to do it, or you want me to do it?
I don't care.
You do it, Jared.
Okay.
You really haven't moved a whole lot today.
Man, I haven't said a lot. I'm just trying to stay warm, man.
If you move, you stay warm.
Hey, what do you say after halftime we interview Mertz and keep him on the side long enough?
Hey, who has the T-shirt?
I do.
I've got one on.
So you're giving the T-shirt away.
Yeah.
So we need to find a future Blazer for a trivia question to give away a special edition Blazer Broadcast Network T-shirt.
For
a future Blazer.
A future Blazer. It's a small.
Means a kid.
Yeah, a kid. That's a small shirt.
Okay.
Well,
we'll do that during the halftime.
That's Cornelson's kid.
You know what? You know what? I got the perfect way to do it. North is going to try to do it again, and look for them try to pull the Blazers off sides as they shift the trips to the high side.
That's a hold. It's coming back.
It's coming back. Yep.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
I don't know if
You know what? I don't know. You may want to decline that and make it 4th and 18.
We're
The
shaking it
side
off.
judge is saying nope, decline.
Yeah, they're going to decline it and make it 4th down. So I'll tell you what. That's big.
Just a little bit.
So the well, 49, 34, the two,
Are we punting?
Yeah, Blue Valley North got the ball to start the game at the 34. They go 2 plays and a score. They get the ball at the 49, 2 plays and a score. Since then, they go punt. They get the ball in the short field at the 19 and score 1 play. They get the ball deep and end up not scoring.
Just get away from it.
And that's going to down it at the 28. Wow, you're gonna let 5 seconds run off the clock when the ball hasn't stopped. Wow.
Freaking freshman. You're in my way.
Sometimes you just got to kick him out of your way, don't you?
A lump. Okay.
Duck, your wife came in clutch with the gloves.
Yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
She better remember to bring them Sunday, too. Hey, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Plug for our sponsor, Cosentino's Shopper.
Yes, sir.
Brand new chicken recipe. It's a family recipe that we started doing. It rolls out. Come by your Cosentino's Price Shopper in Gardner on Tuesday. Get you a chopper chicken meal. It's a 12-piece
Chopper
chicken.
chicken meal.
It's 4 rolls, all for $12. Feed your family of fantastic.
You need to change
meal.
the batteries, dude.
I got you.
All right. Jennings up the middle across the 30.
I got to stop moving my mic.
No, you just need to change the battery like I told you earlier because the ones you switched to evidently weren't good enough because you were on Group B instead of Group A.
Why are we running with no timeouts?
Well, they're not going to worry about it as the Blazers will have to get one more play off as Jarrett Finley will get on the sideline and get a couple questions with Coach Cornelson.
I'll try.
You know,
run.
you're a professional. You know what to ask. Make it short and sweet and
There
let him
you
get
go.
out.
Yep, that's
let him
right.
get warm. Hunsberger up the middle up to the 36, and that's going to be the end of the first half with a 20-7 score.
Warm.
Yeah, let me see if I can find him.
He's a short guy with a.
Cornelson's over here talking Hunsberger.
Yeah, I think they might be just going in.
Yeah, he's already in. I'd let him go ahead and get warm. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, it's going to be the McCarthy Auto Group halftime show in a couple minutes. Blazers trailing Blue Valley North 20-7. We'll be back in a couple minutes on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Hey, Blazers fans! The McCarthy Auto Group is proud to support Gardner Edgerton Sports. Remember, when you're in an accident, after you call 911, make your next call 800-NEW-AGAIN for one of the 5 conveniently located McCarthy Collision Centers. Call or click 800-NEW-AGAIN for the McCarthy Collision Centers. For award-winning service performed by certified technicians with decades of experience, call or click 800-NEW-AGAIN. The McCarthy Collision Centers. Satisfying customers is no accident. It's our guarantee.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. Paint, animal food, plants and gardening, tools, electrical supplies, plumbing. Why not Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed? Go tell Rex and the gang hi. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner, and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware, 159th and Muir Lynn in Olathe.
The Design Company Salon. Check them out on Facebook, and while you're there, you can book your appointment at the same time. The Design Company Salon, 136 East Main in Gardner.
Blazers Restaurant. Don and Wally have been proud supporters of Blazer Athletics for 15 years, so it only makes sense they own Blazers. Stop in and tell them thanks for their support. Blazers Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
When you're Kansas City born and raised, you know just how much meat matters. That's why Price Chopper employs real butchers. They're hard at work every day in every store, so you never have to settle for something prepackaged out of state. They're so sure you'll love their KC Pride beef, they even back it with a 200% guarantee. Stop by Price Chopper tonight, where they cut meat, never corners. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Kansas. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Ryan Ragland, Ian Jones, Duck Martin, Jay Finn, Will the Thrill McIntyre back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Blazers trail by a score of 20-7, and it's been the Graham Mertz show is what we expected as Blue Valley North took the ball to start the game. 2 plays, 66 yards. As Mertz hit for a touchdown pass, Blazers come back, take 6 minutes off the clock. They take the lead 7-6 after the extra point was missed by North. Blue Valley comes up with another touchdown after the Blazers' onside kick failed. They go 2 plays and 49 yards in 2 plays, take the lead 12-7 as the second extra point doinked off the upright. Blazers had a turnover on downs at their 30. Bad punt check that. That was later on. Blazers ended up punting. North ended up punting. Blazers had to split at the quarter. They had to punt from their 22, partially blocked. North got the ball on the Blazer 19-yard line. 1 play led to a score. The 2-point conversion was good, made it 20-7. Blue Valley North was not able to get anything going with 2 minutes left and the ball. And that's where you see the score at 20-7. Over 1,100 viewers on the broadcast tonight. Taking a look at some of the comments. I'm not sure my fingers work anyhow with that cold, said Trenton Strombaugh. Nikki Hernandez says, wanted to know if the band was going to be shown with sound. Yeah, their instruments were freezing in 8-degree, 5-degree wind chill, so that wasn't able to happen. Let's see. I'm not sure what Hoppy 101K means. Just announce or be a fan. Hard to do both. We can do both. We can cheer and we can be a fan and we can be objectional, so that's okay. Louis G says shout out to North Orr from Sam Gutz, former BVNO lineman. Trenton Stromos says thanks guys. Phil, let's see. Real quick, Duck. Robert Chico says, you know my struggle here, Raglan. Duck. whatever that meant. I'm not. That might be a little bit inside. Phil Graves says complaining about Homer announcers is beyond stupid. These guys, these are good guys that are bringing us a ball game. If you don't like it, turn it down. I imagine these boys can read the chat log too. Yeah, I don't care. Hey, I'm for the Blazers. We're objectional, and we'll call anything like we see. Wouldn't you think they're?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about Graham Mertz a lot because
he has to take a pill.
He's the number 2 pro style quarterback in the nation. He's the number 1 player in the state of Kansas. We're gonna recognize talent when we see it. Without a doubt.
With no doubt.
I think we've been pretty fair in this game. For this game, absolutely.
It's not like the Blue Valley Northwest game where we were just trashing them the entire time.
0-8.
0-8. 0-8.
The 1st of December, she's supposed to go in and have her implants done.
Hold on real quick. I had to turn his.
0-8.
Okay, Cool Shake wants to know, is BVN too cheap to have their own announcers? I don't know if Blue Valley North is too cheap to have their own broadcasters. You're probably watching this from 810 Sports.
Yeah, but we're not being paid by Gardner.
Well,
the school system isn't making.
Well, I think what's happening is he's watching it through 810 Varsity Sports, which Chad Rader is taking our broadcast because we'll just put it this way, and I'm not tooting a horn, but I'm just stating a fact. As far as I know of, this is the only private entity that covers a school on its own. Hey, and this is one of the biggest games in the state.
Yeah.
You want to turn your mic up? And say, no, I didn't turn you down. You got yours on mute.
Did you turn yours on first?
No, man, you leave that thing. You leave that thing on Group A, or I'm going to sit there and I'm going to put a pop knot on you. Still don't hear you. I don't know. No, I don't hear you. No, you're off. You're off. See what, Chico? Give me that thing. I'm gonna put a. Now talk to me.
Check. See?
Now you are.
All you had to do was listen to me.
Jeez.
Oh.
Anyway.
I love you.
Enough of that. Good Lord, I'm trying to
Nobody
get
else
to.
really? Nope. Nobody else has their own.
As far as I know, this is the only private entity that covers high school sports for a certain school.
Well, there's a reason why people pick up the broadcast.
Well, there you go.
And then, I mean, how many other radio stations in the area actually cover high school sports just on the FM side?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any.
FM, I don't think so.
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
I know the only one that does would be KOFO out of Ottawa.
But it's AM.
They're AM and FM.
Oh, they are FM?
No, but I'm talking a private entity.
Oh no, I don't.
This isn't even owned. This isn't even ran by the school. The school has given me
permission,
the good graces to be able to do the broadcast. And I will say this: in the 11 years that we've been doing this, I have yet to receive a call from the school that complains about the way we've ran the broadcast. That's all I'm saying.
That's because we do we have fun while we do this.
Oh, you got to have fun.
We do it right, though.
I like to think we do.
Yeah. And, hey, it's like they said. If you don't like it, the mute button's on the left.
It's there. You can just watch it and go from there.
Will wants to talk.
Will? Yeah,
Will's got stats. Uh-oh. Stat man.
Hold on real quick. I got a good one for you. John Gorski says Les Miles is going to flip Mertz to Kansas. Wow. And I'll tell you the story behind that. Everyone in Wisconsin, that the Kansas coach,
David Beatty.
Beatty. It's already been announced that
he is not coming.
He's not coming back after this year.
They don't know how to fire people in Kansas.
Hey, I'm talking here. Les Miles has actually been reported being contacted by KU to come coach the Jayhawks. So that's where the joke is. If Les Miles goes to KU, he's going to try to get Mertz to switch over.
There was a report that a private plane from Baton Rouge,
No, go ahead.
From Baton Rouge flew into Lawrence yesterday.
And the AD, Jeff Long, was on that plane, they said. So.
And him and Long are best friends because Long tried to get him to come to Arkansas.
Well, Weiss,
Long was the
you know,
AD.
it didn't work out last time we had a big name
well,
coach either.
that was
Charlie
Weiss.
Weiss is garbage.
Weiss was looking for a check. He didn't care what was going on.
No, and he's still getting paid.
You can say the same thing about Huggins going to K-State.
Very true.
For a
well,
paycheck.
but if K-State didn't have an idiot for an AD, we'd still have Frank Martin.
True.
Exactly. Why are you looking at me, man? I'm not a K-State fan.
No, I'm just saying that's there's a political.
That's right.
Anyway, we're getting off the
stats.
We're getting on the stats. Well, give us stats there, big guy.
Come on, stat man.
Give us stats.
Stat man.
Oh, hold on real quick. I had to turn you down because you were talking about implants. Okay, go ahead. Not your implants, but I can hear you now. No.
You got to be on A, Will.
Got to be Group A.
All right, now
Group A, Will.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead, Will.
Nope. Here, I'll give you my mic.
Hold on. No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
there we go. Perfect.
There you are.
All right, first half. Gardner Edgerton, 38 rushes for 180 yards. 0 of 1 passing for 0 yards. 180 total yards. 10 first downs, 5 yards in penalties. 18:55 time of possession.
Wow.
Blue Valley North, 2 rushes for -3. 9 of 13 passes for 183 yards.
Yep.
180 total yards, just like the Blazers.
Yep.
4 first downs, 20 yards in penalties. 5:05 in time of possession.
Yeah. That sounds about what you'd expect.
I mean, we had the time of possession, but we just didn't.
Hey, who's going to get with Coach Walters coming out of the
McGee.
He's going.
I can quickly go do it.
Are you thawed out?
I'm gonna come right back in here. It is cold, man.
You know what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that crusties underneath your nose to thaw out, and then you can go back outside.
Man, yes. Well, it ain't gonna happen.
Anyway, when we take a look at the second half, and I'm just gonna say it now, Blazers have to score.
They do.
It's just for the fact, but the other thing that has to happen is, as long as they have been able to put pressure on Mertz, I don't think he's completed a pass under pressure.
And that's the thing. That's kind of what the Blazers have really built their defense on, but putting pressure on a quarterback. Because when they've been able to do that, obviously they just cause a lot of pressure. The quarterback, they can't throw an accurate pass, and so that's the one thing this defense really needs to do. I mean, maybe dial up some blitzes, try to get Robertson right in the face of Hurts. Just try to apply pressure to him and allow just kind of force him to make some really quick decisions, and just kind of have to see where it kind of goes from there. But on the flip side of the football, the Blazers, offensively, they just need to get something going. They did have some success running the football in that first half, but that offense has really just cooled down in that second half. So they just need to try to figure out something. The offensive line just needs to hold their block just maybe about a half second, a little bit longer. I mean, just little tweaks can make the biggest difference in this football game. I
got a text wanting to know my take on going for an onside kick so early.
Well,
I'll tell you what. That's what Coach Cornelison does. That's what he's always done. You can go with the old adage: the best way to surprise someone is to do something when you least expect them to do it.
Right.
That's the element of surprise. Now, he went for an onside kick. When they got up 28-21.
Right.
And it landed right into Ramsey's hand last week. You know what? If the same thing would have happened and they would have gone down and scored, Cornelison would have looked like a freaking genius.
Exactly.
It just didn't happen.
But the Blazers, they do receive the kickoff this second half, correct? Yes, because Blue Valley North actually.
So they can, if they can get the score, they go up 20-14, get a good defensive stance, get the ball back. It's possible, but it doesn't happen.
They have to score.
It doesn't happen unless you get the score.
Right. That is their biggest thing is they're going to have to score and they're going to, then.
Sorry about that.
And then obviously they're going to have to hold,
Scared me for a second.
They're going to have to hold the Mustangs to, defensively. And right now they're They've applied some pressure, but they haven't done that consistently.
They've been able to do it, but they got to keep North on the long side of the field.
Yes.
They have to keep the field in their advantage to have a chance. If you're gonna force Blue Valley North to do something, hey, if you can do it in 2 plays, props to you.
Right.
But when you get the ball on the 19, you expect to go up for the score, and you can't allow that happen for a team that's got a quarterback as dangerous as Graham Mertz.
Exactly, and that's something that we haven't really seen Graham Mertz do yet, is really pull the football and maybe scramble with it and try to pick up yardage with his legs. I mean, he's really tried to stay in the pocket and try to throw it. So.
And he can run it when he needs to. He just hasn't needed to.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't really seen that yet. So we'll see. We'll see what this Blazer defense can really do. Maybe so they can dial up some blitzes and then obviously that offense. You need points. I know it sounds so simple, but I mean, you need to score. You need to make this competitive, because we've seen how fast Blue Valley North can score and get points.
We're going to take a quick timeout on the McCarthy Auto Group halftime show. Jared Finley's going to hit down below and try to get with Coach Walters real quick. And I want to remind everyone, the postseason tournament action brought to you by McCarthy Auto Group. HD broadcast brought to you by Capes Whole Homes Heating and Cooling, tech support by American Computers. A huge thanks to a couple friends of mine, Justin Wyman, for the suggestion of the graphics card that allowed us to tweak the picture and get it just as good as it is now. A huge thanks to Jim at America's Computers. They got it installed, got everything figured out for the things that we need to do. And also over the 1,100 viewers that we've had watching at one time tonight. A record for the BBN. A huge thanks to you. A huge thanks to everyone up in Wisconsin via Jeff Riggles. They got this on Madison.com, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, 810 Varsity Sports watching here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. We'll take a timeout, be back in a couple minutes on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. If you're getting ready to sell your car, you know that appearance is key. So why not let Jeff get your car ready for you? Call Jeff at 620-1253.
American Computers. There's a reason why American Computers is the official computer store of the Blazer Broadcast Network. It just takes a single visit to find out why. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight, across the street from Trails West Ace Hardware. Humphrey's Family Dentistry. For the best in general dentistry, Humphrey's Family Dentistry will give you the smile you've always wanted. Make your appointment by calling 856-2333. That's 856-2333.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Hey, Gardner Edgerton fans! The McCarthy Auto Group is a proud supporter of youth sports across the Blazer Nation.
If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or you need service or body work done, we hope you'll visit one of the 11 McCarthy Auto Group locations. Visit kccars.com for over 3,000 new, certified, and pre-owned vehicles. Our inventory covers most every make and model and prices to fit every budget. The McCarthy Auto Group, with locations in Olathe and Overland Park, Kansas, and Blue Springs and Sedalia, Missouri.
Go Trailblazers!
When you're Kansas City born and raised, you know just how much meat matters. That's why Price Chopper employs real butchers. They're hard at work every day in every store, so you never have to settle for something prepackaged out of state. They're so sure you'll love their KC Pride beef, they even back it with a 200% guarantee. Stop by Price Chopper tonight, where they cut meat, never corners. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
Brian Rangel back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth.
We should have stayed we shouldn't have gone no break.
Really?
Yeah, because now it's game time and I can't grab them right
now.
Well,
that's all right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay with that because they got more important things going on than dealing with us. So, but still, it comes down to the point. Blazers get the ball to start the second half. Would I say it would behoove them to score?
Stay fired up.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh, Duck, you hear it?
Oh, yeah!
The pain train.
There it is.
You got to like that.
Do you and I'll be honest, do you like this remix from Trick Daddy?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I told the story behind it, didn't I? Me and my son's going up 435 about, oh, God, it'd have to be 10 years ago, 10, 11, 12 years ago. He goes, hey, Dad. He goes, and we hear Ozzy Osbourne's, Crazy Train. He goes, hey, Dad, they remade the song. No, dude, this is the original. He goes, it is? Yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah, this song came out when I was in high school.
Oh, I thought you were.
Hey, I got a check-in.
You got a check-in?
Yeah.
Give me a check-in.
Zach Bass, Nevada, Iowa.
ZB.
ZB in the house.
Z-Man. All right, here we go. Blazers and North leading 20-7. In 24 minutes, we're going to find out who's going to sub-state. And that was pretty close to being offsides on North. Pitcher gets the ball.
That's face mask. Oh, come on, bro.
You saw it.
Well, you got to throw your flag, man.
23 yards, or 23-yard line on the carry.
Number 3 with the tackle, that is Loftus.
See what the Blazers come up with and see what the Blazer coaching staff has made a change to. What are you doing up here?
It's cold outside.
What are you doing up here? Good night.
I can talk about the game just as well.
You told me you were in Western Kansas.
Yes.
You should be used to this.
Not anymore, man. Ever since I got an inside job,
you got
can't.
wussified.
Exactly.
Jennings breaks a couple of tackles, gets around to the near side, still trying to get around the corner. Now we're going to have a flag.
Oh.
And Jennings got bent backwards on that hit.
Number 3, Jennings with the carry penalty.
And you're generally going to get a hold every time you try to reverse field.
Blocking the back.
Yeah.
On the offense.
So you're down there solo there, Duck. Just to let you know.
I'm used to it.
Well, if that where did the chairs go?
I don't know.
No, the chairs are for me.
Hey,
the seat's going to be colder than. Oh my goodness! Woo!
There's a chair for you too, Ian, if you want one.
Wow.
Okay.
We need to.
I can run the camera.
There needs to be a law against metal chairs in a cold building. Wow.
I don't say you can make that a law. You can try.
That didn't. So Getzman checking in. He's going to come out he's going to check in as a wideout, not the quarterback. So 2nd and 22 from the 11. And this is not how the Blazers wanted to start the second half.
First down to 22.
McKelvey gives it off to Jennings. And not much there.
Jennings, the ball carrier.
I think Blue Valley North, I think of all the defenses that we've seen this year, I think they're one of the better ones that really swarm to the football carrier. There's about 3, 4, 5 guys bringing down the ball carrier. And with the Blazers, the way these guys really run the football, that's what you're going to need to do. You can't just have 1 or 2 guys try to bring them down because they break about 1 or 2 tackles.
Louis G says, BV shout out to Blazer announcers. Appreciate that.
Right on.
Tyler trying to get McKelvey trying to get around the corner, and just nothing there. And I'll tell you what, and I mentioned this to Coach Sims a few years ago. I think this is his 4th year at Blue Valley North. I can't
keep fighting, Kelvy.
I can't say for sure, but when Coach Sims came over to Blue Valley North, there was literally a transformation 180 degrees. Blue Valley North was the doormat of EKL.
Yes.
They just were not good. And it makes you wonder how much talent went through that program and didn't get noticed because the coaching staff didn't utilize it well. Coach Sims and his staffs come in and just literally did a 180 with this program, and it's been amazing. McKelvey back to pass, looking for Jennings. That could have been a flag on a push.
Ball.
That could have been a flag on a push.
Oh, you got tugged.
But it was over his head, so they're probably saying it was uncatchable.
Well, it's over his head because he was getting tugged.
Well, then there's 2 reasons. I saw the push. I didn't see the tug. They're selling hot chocolate.
You wusses.
Well, then they need to go get some hot chocolate and bring it down here then.
They're right there.
Up there.
Well, then get it up here then.
Oh, you have the money. I don't.
Hey. There, Jarrett. Go get however many hot chocolates we have here. It's on me. Kickoff short of the 40-yard line, so again, short field for North. Surprised my gel pen hasn't frozen yet.
Right.
I'm just saying. And I'll tell you what,
Works like a charm.
next year, I'm going to have me a big, strong heater for this room.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
But you're still going to be on the sideline.
Right.
I didn't want you to get your hopes up or anything. I just thought I'd let you know. And
I'm going to have to call it OSHA.
That's all right. That's all right. They don't know who I am. I'm sorry. Did you fill out a W-2 form or something? W-4? I don't know.
It's like the Red Cross. It's all donated.
Exactly. Pretty much.
How much for 6 hot chocolates?
That'd be
$6.
Nice.
Up here in the booth.
Going deep is Mertz.
You guys,
And pass is going to be incomplete intended for Cameron Burt.
Exactly.
you guys doing the Blazer Broadcast Network?
Yes, we
No.
are.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
doing
sir.
that.
Thank you, sir.
There.
Hey, you're absolutely welcome.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that gentleman down there? I appreciate that. I don't know how he knew it was with the broadcast. Maybe he just could have been some guy with a headset listening to.
I know.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
what I would have thought.
maybe it was my voice. It's like, man, that's,
You have a voice meant for radio.
that's the voice of angels.
I have the face made for radio.
Yeah, the
That's
face
an
made
old
for a
Jesus.
book.
It's a mix of Fergie and Jesus.
Oh my!
Oh.
The hot chocolate people.
Thank you.
Hey Duck, I want you to
wanna
watch
hear
this.
it. No, I don't want to hear it.
Thank you, guys.
He's out
Mertz
of
back to
bounds.
pass is out of bounds.
Thank you.
Yep, that's what it is. So on 3rd and 10,
I'm just using
or
it to
2nd
warm
and
up my
10,
hand.
29.
Second
Excuse
29.
me.
Good luck.
The 29 was on there from the 39. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
What's not chocolate?
Duck, if you get a little cold, there's an extra hot chocolate up here for you.
You know what? I mentioned this a while back. Being on the sideline on a small school football game, staying on the sidelines, everyone wearing their Carhartts, and getting that first ring of hot chocolate you feel go through your chest. Oh,
man.
It's a wonderful thing. 9:55 to go in the 3rd and 10. Looking far side, getting pressure.
Oh.
Pass is going to be complete.
He wasn't out of bounds, and then came
And I'll
back
tell
in.
you what, Johnson, with the initial tackle, did you see who came up for the nose guard? Peyton Vance helps out with the tackle with a pass that was about 15 yards from him.
And that's a defensive coach. You love to see that
Oh,
your
my
defensive
goodness.
lineman, hustling down the field and kind of finishing up that tackle.
Oh, that hot chocolate's good.
You know,
Hey, can we have a couple delivered down to Duck? Can
hey,
we do that?
Hey, no joke. When we were still playing Aquinas, I kid you not, everything else might not have been that much, that much fun, but their hot chocolate was amazing.
Well, this is pretty good here. I've already had a couple drinks. A toss to the far side, breaking a couple tackles. Brought down at about the 5-yard line.
He's got to come off that helmet.
18-yard run on the play. Carrier
We have a mercy package coming to you, Duck.
Oh, you guys are the best. You want a hot chocolate, sir?
Several Blazers among
No,
them were seven.
he doesn't. Just me.
You know what?
Don't give
he's
him your hot chocolate.
He's lying if he says no.
He's got hot hands in his pocket.
I don't
though.
care. He's lying if he says no.
Well,
Tell me he sits on a throne of lies.
lies. Oh, lies.
Will's wanting to tell you something.
Yeah.
I love you, Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Why don't you put your hands in his pocket to see how warm they are?
Fumble. Mertz drops it. Still loose.
Oh, crap.
And you know what? If the Blazers come up with it, that'll be an advantage for the Blazers. Have to get the pile.
Come on, we're the home team and we're losing. That's us.
Still trying to dig the pile out.
No, it's not. I don't care. It's us.
Now the refs are going to stand there because the Blue Valley North player came up with it.
Let's rock, paper, scissors for it.
Best 2 out of 3. They're going to say North had the ball on the recovery at the 1-yard line. Wow.
That's debatable.
I don't know. I'm
Yep.
I'm 60 yards from it, so I can't say anything.
I thought you found something again. I thought you found something on the field again.
I know.
I did that one time.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Man, you are like the most helpful guy in the world. You know it?
They tried to hurry up to the line. Looks like a timeout will be taken by the Blazers.
8:30 on the clock. Blue Valley North
North.
with the lead, 20-7. We'll take a timeout too. We're going to take a timeout. Be back in a minute on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call for their $59 complete heating system inspection. Call Sean with Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning, 638-1647.
American Computers. Never feel intimidated about going to a computer store. John and the boys are always happy to help you understand your computer better. And if something needs to be fixed, they will help you understand what's going on. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight.
Blazers Restaurant. After every Blazer football game, Blazers will be open till 11. So after a great game, stop in and get a great burger. Blazers Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
These are some of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Now, come here a second. I'm going to have you do it yourself. And your name is?
My name is Amy Stubblefield.
And you wanted to say hi to?
Shout out to my sister who's watching from Wamego.
There you go. And your sister's name? Ann. Ann in Wamego. She's listening. There you go. We'll put anybody on there.
Ryan.
Right? Sir.
Take a look at Blue Valley North's coach's staff.
Their corner route, and it's going to be complete for the touchdown.
You got your program handy?
Yeah.
Take a look at Blue Valley North's coaching staff. You might see a familiar name.
Really, on the assistant coaches?
Yep.
Are you gonna fill us in? Or
it's Kyle Pacheco, but Kyle Pacheco is the next Blazer, who is now the head wrestling coach at Blue Valley North. I didn't know he was an assistant on the football staff. You know what? We need to get Cheeks on. All right, Duck?
I'll see if I can catch up with him after the game.
Go over there. Well, I guess you can't go over there now, but yeah, during the post game.
No, awkward. Run, is he in the box?
I don't know. I'll look. Mertz on the slant, and a 2-point conversion is good. 28-7.
It's good hot chocolate.
And just like that, you give the Mustangs short field. And I'll tell you even though that they had some of the deep passes early, the one thing that's really killed the Blazers, the quick slants, whether they're bringing it in or they're just doing little curl outs, and the quick passes by Mertz have just been deadly.
Exactly.
And that's what they did on those two plays.
And the thing is, that's kind of been that's been the story all year. It's been those quick slants and those wide receiver screens that we've kind of seen all year, that the Blazers have had a lot of problems trying to cover those routes, and it doesn't really matter who the quarterback is. For some reason, those routes just kind of give the Blazers so much problems. And it did seem like they were kind of figuring out, they're putting some more athletes on the outside and trying to prevent those routes. But right now, it is a different story.
Real quick, Robert Pacheco checking in says that Kyle is a D-line assistant coach.
Yeah,
wow.
He's pacing like he normally does.
Yeah. Is he wearing the white hat?
No, he's in the now he's all hunched over, black pants, stocking cap.
We'll have to find him later, but
he's
yeah.
About as tall as
the other players.
Yeah.
8:29 to go in the third. Pritchard on the return. Clock stopped at 8:23.
42 makes the tackle on Pritchard.
As they're going to mark the ball at about the 20-yard line. Now it's a big hill for the Blazers, down by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Take a look at some of the scores real quick on 810 Varsity Sports. Olathe North leading Shawnee Mission East 14-7. Manhattan leading Lawrence Free State 28-7. Derby starting to take control of the game, leading Topeka 24-7. St. Thomas leading Mill Valley 20-0. Olathe West still leading DeSoto 17-7. Wichita Northwest 49-34 over Bishop Carroll, and Mays and Great Bend tied at 21. Real quick, let's see. Miege leading Lewisburg 41. How do you got to feel about Lewisburg? They're 10-0, taking on Bishop Miege, and they're going to get shut out.
That's
rough.
Sad.
That's rough. Jennings with the carry.
Oh, we're way up here. Way up here. No, about another yard and a half.
Man, he's trying, isn't he? You cannot fault Duck for the effort. Wow.
I mean, that spot's not bad, but I'd give us about another half a yard or so. It's close.
Oh, welcome to our world on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades.
And nuclear warfare.
Yeah. Can't forget that.
Nope.
Clock running at 7:10. Wow. Head to head. Trying to get the number of that truck. I believe that's Reed Spatchman, a DN junior.
See, now if you would have spotted that right, that'd be a first down.
You're just gonna remind him of that, aren't you?
I don't think he can hear me.
Coach Cornell, oh, I'm sure he can hear you. He's just ignoring you.
Like everybody else does.
Oh, man, Duck, I'm so happy you're back.
I think he shines his shoes, man. These are some shiny shoes.
Does he have a crease in his slacks?
No.
6:30. McKelvey tries to keep it himself. Spin move, trying to get around the corner. Nothing there. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's what being down by 3 touchdowns will do for you. It'll force you into a situation you don't want to be in, and I'll tell you what, big props to this D-line allowing the Blazers only 7 points, and the Blazers have been averaging over 30.
You know, and the thing is about the Blazers, obviously they've been always an extremely strong running football team this entire season, and they really haven't thrown the football a lot. You know, basically just kind of makes them a one-dimensional team, which isn't bad as long as that one dimension's working. But right now, I mean, Blue Valley's just absolutely daring them to throw the football. They had pretty much had 10 guys on the line, and just Gardner was just not able to convert.
I got a post that just showed up on YouTube here real quick. This comes from Robert Pacheco. Are you ready for this? And I don't know what's been going on before this because I just checked in. Let's see. First, Ryan Leonard says to those complaining about the commentators, turn down the volume or click the mute button. Robert Pacheco says, let's be clear, BBN is completely a Gardner invention. As a courtesy to high school football fans, you want Joe Buck? Watch NFL.
Oh, cheeks.
Oh, you got to love that guy.
I miss him.
Mertz back to pass. He's going deep. Whoa. Just barely missed. Pass intended for Cameron Burt. Incomplete. Trying to see. It's too funny not to listen. That from Joe Fink.
All because of Duck.
Yeah. Guyden Bagsby says, how about them Mustangs? At least he didn't say, how about them Cowboys?
You know what? 0-8.
Quarterback turned down Bama for Wisconsin. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, because he'd be sitting on the bench if he was at Bama.
C. Myers says he is a Badger.
He's a good-looking Badger, too.
Phil Gray says, I'm pro these announcers. Who's on my team? And
Whoa.
who do we have to fight?
No, wait, we were provoked.
We are provoked.
Hey, got to get that last word in before they have the conversation. Let's see. Cool Shake 74 says pro announcers. Let's see. Nick Orr says the Blazers offense can't do anything.
Wait, pro announcers?
And they average 30 because they play in the Sunflower League. Really, guys? Really? Can't do anything. Well, they scored 30 because they're that good. But the defense of the Mustangs is probably one of the best in, Sunflower League and EKL. And Shawnee Mission East defense was pretty good too. Clock at 5:42. Quick slant, pass complete, and what did I tell you about, Jared?
Once again, those quick slants again that the Blazers just have had problems trying to guard, and right there, it's another first down for Blue Valley North.
Well, and here's the secret to it. You're going to run a slant. What's the one place you want your defender?
You want them on the inside of the receivers if they're cutting in.
Right. No, you want the defender behind you.
Right.
When you're doing the slant.
So you can.
And that's all they're doing. You get a little bit of cushion. You read that slant, it takes extra steps for the defender to get on top of the receiver.
1, 2, boom.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I mean, you can't.
And there's a slant.
That's tough to stop.
It is, and that's just designed by Coach Reed and his staff, and it works.
The only way to beat that is if you just know the route and you just jump it. That's the only thing that you know.
Well, and
to defeat that right now, but
one thing I've noticed is that they're leaving the middle of the field wide open.
Yeah,
they're leaving the middle of the field. If you just have a linebacker spying in the middle of the field, you could probably jump a couple of routes easily.
So 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, 28-7. There's another slant again, all by himself, and the corner's just having a problem covering these Mustang receivers. As now it goes to 34-7 with 4:56 to go in the third.
Mertz is playing on that knee brace, but by watching him play, you wouldn't think he's banged up.
I think the knee brace might be a precautionary. I'm not, and I don't know what the extent of his injury was or anything. But yeah, he's just.
How many touchdowns has Hurst thrown so far, Will?
All of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
21-28-5.
The extra point is good. Make it 35-7. We're going to take a timeout. Be back with a kickoff right after this on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Planet Sub, where you can enjoy Coke products along with 250-foot-long Barely Pop for the big kids. Planet Sub, 921 East Lincoln Lane in Gardner.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. Don't forget on Wednesdays, senior citizens can get 10% off their purchase. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner, across the street from American Computers.
The Design Company Salon. New owners and the same great service but with a new look. Go check them out, 136 East Main in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
When you're Kansas City born and raised, you know just how much meat matters. That's why Price Chopper employs real butchers. They're hard at work every day in every store, so you never have to settle for something prepackaged out of state. They're so sure you'll love their KC Pride beef, they even back it with a 200% guarantee. Stop by Price Chopper tonight, where they cut meat, never corners. Price Chopper, Kansas City born and raised.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this one? I love this. Michael Brandmeier, obviously in Badgerland, says Badgerland loves the announcers even more than Joe Buck. Authentically, real, and funny. Very refreshing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, man. That
That's
goes
awesome.
a long way.
Hey, we like to have fun with what we do.
If you can't have fun, what's the point in doing it?
There
right?
isn't.
Yeah, that's just how that goes. All the way back to the goal line.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Trying to make a couple moves. Gets by the 30-yard line, 35-40. Across midfield. Tries to cut it back inside.
What happened to this guy?
He tripped over a blade of grass.
Ramsey, the freshman, coming in.
I'm pretty sure he just blew out his knee.
Or the sophomore, Ian Ramsey. 5'10", $135 on the return.
We juked the official.
What, did he leave his shorts out there or something?
No, he's on the ground.
Well, that felt good. You can leave that glove right there, son.
Get off my...
You leave that glove on that metal chair, and I'm going to sit on that thing all day long. All I'm going to do is warm it up for you.
You guys.
He just broke the official's ankles.
How do you? Well, now you got to wait till it gets done programming. See, you just went duck, and they got to wait till it's done programming.
Hey, while we have a minute,
yeah,
can we talk about how good Cheeks was on that field, man?
Cheeks was good.
Cheeks was awesome.
Cheeks the best 38 we've had out there ever.
And I tell you what, I went to Mid-America and watched him play. Man, that kid, he wasn't ever the biggest kid, but man, his heart was huge.
Well, I'll tell you what, Blue Valley North is getting a heck of a coach, and you're probably going to be hard pressed to find anyone that's going to be more dedicated to what he does than Cheeks is. So good luck to.
I mean, this has got to be tough on him if you think about it. He's trying to help his defense get to the state game against his alma mater. I mean, that's going to be tough.
Well, think about Darren Robertson. He's doing the same thing. Hunsberger just not able to get anything going. And I wonder if Coach Cornelson's going to bring out, Getzman
and let him pass.
And force him to pass. I thought maybe this would have been maybe the drive to get that done. So once again, I want to say a huge thanks to everyone that's commented on the broadcast. We're still over 1,000 people watching. I don't know how many is up in Wisconsin, but I'm only mentioning that because Jeff Riggles got the post on there, and we've appreciated all the feedback we've gotten from the Wisconsinites, the Wisconsinians, or Cheeseheads.
Nice block.
McKelvey trying to get around the corner, lowers his shoulder, gets across the 20.
Boy, Kelv.
Clock stopped at 3:54. It may be a 9:30 ending before we get done with this game. This might be the longest game we've had this year. But I'll tell you what, you're down 4 touchdowns, and what have you seen on the relaxation of this team and not playing aggressive? You haven't seen anything yet. Clock at 3:54. Jennings, a big hole. I thought maybe he was going to cut that to the outside. And he's going to get across the 15 up to the 14.
I'll tell you what, this has been a refreshing game from the last couple of weeks because there's been nothing but class from both sides.
Yeah. Well, and it's always been that way with Blue Valley North anytime we've played them. So, are you kidding me? Louis G just checked in, said now watching from 38,000 feet over Tennessee, watching Mustangs march towards back-to-back titles, best flight ever, and smooth air ride too. That's nice. 38,000 feet up in the air.
Hey, make sure you get peanuts.
Get the peanuts.
And tell the captain it's your birthday, you get a cool little pin.
Ooh, nice.
Are you talking from experience?
Hey,
I bet he is.
I like souvenirs.
You just put him up on the wall and kind of stick him up there?
Why not?
Do they give you a hat, too?
No, those are extra.
McKelvey looking for a hole.
Ooh.
Lowers his shoulder.
Whistle.
It's the VIP birthday flight special.
Hey, real quick, if you tell them it's your birthday, maybe they'll take you into the cockpit to look around.
Preferably after the plane lands.
Well,
yeah.
And after I've already departed off the plane.
Yeah.
Hey, we're 30,000 feet in the air.
What
That's
could go?
awesome.
What could go wrong?
BBN is flying high.
I think we've been all over the world.
What was the flag?
Illegal shift on the offense.
Of course.
Oh yeah, there's a flag.
Isn't it like if you're getting blown out, they're supposed to favor you?
Hey, if you guys stop throwing flags, we got to go home sooner.
Hey, remind them tell him he gets paid by the game, not by the time, not by the hour.
Actually, our guys been pretty good.
Well, too bad we didn't have these guys last week.
I'm about to switch them spots.
At least you're running around and.
I don't run.
No, that's true.
He jumped.
He did. I saw
he got
it.
back. Okay.
Well, if he got back, that means he came back from somewhere, so he must have went over, correct?
Yeah, but I don't. Apparently,
Cornelson's shaking his head.
Apparently, you can jump and go back. I don't know.
I don't know. If he said he went back, then that means he had to leave where he was to be able to get back to it, didn't he?
That's kind of my thought. Yeah, that's a good look. That's the way. Yeah.
No, my thought. 2:24 to go in the third.
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Just snap the ball.
Brett Freeman has checked in. Says couple of things from Wisconsin and grateful seeing. He just got shifted. Grateful seeing the coverage. And as for the announcers, well done, gentlemen. Entertaining, colorful, and your description of the hot chocolate is priceless. Oh, Brett, love you, dude. That's awesome.
It was delicious.
David Byler watching from Fort Lauderdale.
I don't like you.
I'm jealous.
There's a pass. Gage goalie, touchdown, Blazers. Tevin McKelvey, 15 yards out to Gage goalie, not dead yet.
Once again, the Blazers just open up the playbook a little bit, trying to throw a little bit of wrinkle in that offense. This little play action pass to the tight end, just wide open over the middle. Touchdown for the Blazers.
Oh, yeah, real quick. Rob Pacheco says to the Badgers watching, they don't they don't do cold down here very often, not like at home. I'm originally from Chicago, FIB. I'm not sure what FIB, but he's a Bears fan, so you guys can just, cheeseheads can go off on Pacheco being a Bears fan. Extra point is good, 35-14. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff right after this on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. When your car looks good, you feel good. See how good you can feel today. Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. 620-1253.
Humphreys Family Dentistry. For the best in general dentistry, Humphreys Family Dentistry will give you the smile you've always wanted. Make your appointment by calling 856-2333. That's 856-2333.
The Design Company Salon. Check them out on Facebook, and while you're there, you can book your appointment at the same time. The Design Company Salon, 136 East Main in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Dustin Duck Martin's going solo on the sideline, freezing his duck feathers off. Yeah?
I got a sideline injury report for you.
Sideline injury, yeah?
He tripped over the tee.
Who did?
The official.
Can't hear you.
That's why he went down.
Well, check the batteries.
No, I can't hear you through that on the radio.
Well, he hears me. Everyone's hearing me.
Yeah. It's static only on the
Hey, I
radio.
lost you.
You lost me. Oh, now you could lose me. Haven't done anything. Should be all right.
I lost you.
What?
There you are.
Hello?
Well, something interfered then.
There.
Something interfered with it because I didn't touch the transmitter at all. It's locked
Whoever's
in.
messing around with the BBN voodoo doll, could you please put it down?
Stop sticking pins in it. I'm having fun looking at the Facebook. Stands look a little light. Announcers, what do you think
It's
of
cold.
the current attendance? It's cold. That's why it's a little light. Fumble up in the air.
No,
No,
he
it's-
tipped
he
it.
tipped it.
He tipped it.
All right.
Bench warmers.
No, we had a lot of people picking up their stuff at half, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Warren Nalroth checks in. See what happens when you throw a pass. Phil Graves, Allen, Texas here originally, Wisconsin, Fort Riley, Kansas, in 4 years. It gets plenty cold. Phil, I work in Junction City now, so thanks for the service. John Nelson says, watching from Lincoln, Nebraska, Mertz will be the second best quarterback in the Big Ten next to Adrian Martinez, GBR.
Hey, Adrian Martinez, he's the real deal. He's pretty good.
He plays for Nebraska. He's not.
Well, they've got to worry about winning a game first. Have they won yet?
Yeah, they won two.
Did
They beat an FCS school.
Yeah, and then who else did they beat?
Probably Rutgers.
They haven't played Rutgers yet. I thought it was like Minnesota. I forget the other Nebraska team who Nebraska won.
They almost beat
against.
Ohio State, I thought.
Almost.
Graves says, and you announcer boys, you don't, and announcers, boys, you don't want to know what FIB means. At least not live on the air. Okay. Way to go, Cheeks.
Come on, Cheeks. Keep
Way to get us in trouble. Brett Freeman says, stands look a little bear, yada, yada. Josh says, you are correct. Mertz will be starting next year for UW. That from Be Easier. Another slant. Oh!
He heard them footsteps.
He did. He knew it was coming across. Chris Sutter says Mertz should be starting for Buckeye next year. Hopefully, Chris plays talent over seniority. Plays for Bucky next year. Josh Nelson says, just wait, boys. Gardner win 0 last year. Nebraska beat Minnesota. I didn't know Minnesota was still fielding a football team. Now on Wisconsin says what FIB means.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. Back them up. Back them up. Hey, this game isn't over with yet, folks. Need to get one of those.
This sideline's getting fired up, boy.
Seth Pescick Seth, scroll up a little bit and you'll know what it means.
Oh,
Seth Pacheco, got to talk to Seth Pacheco last week. It was good to see him again.
MIZ.
It's not Seth's fault. He's got that Missouri
Oh,
background.
Bert. I'm sorry, not Brett. Sorry, Brett. Or Bert. Sorry, Bert. I was speed reading real quick.
He can't move.
Mertz, under pressure, had to get rid of it on the hook pattern, and he still nails it. And that's going to be on for a touchdown as Mertz on 3rd and 20 throws it from the left hash mark. They throw an out route at the first down marker. He hits him in stride, makes the turn, and goes down the sideline for the touchdown.
Right, I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but Mertz chucked that bomb and gets up from being hit and gives us the upside down horns. And props to Blue Valley North's coach pulling him aside and then basically telling him, "Hey, get your head in this game. You don't need to do something stupid."
He's too good of a player to worry about stuff like that.
He's jacked. That was a great play. Great effort.
Without a doubt.
You get your excitement, but props to Coach Cohen.
He's lucky he didn't get a flag. I guarantee you last week he'd have gotten a flag on that one. They were calling everything. The extra point is up and good. Make it 42-14, 150 to go in the third. And I guess it's time to say that Blazer Nation is now finding out how the other side lives. And you know what you do after this? You remember this feeling, you let it fester, and when you come back to camp, you remember that feeling and you do everything you can to make sure that feeling does not come back again.
Well, I want to add something just to be on the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You've got to give props to this team because they went 0-9 last year. And to come back and be 10 right now, 10-1, you can figure after this game. I mean, what a turnaround and what a morale booster for these boys going forward.
Yeah, exactly. It was. Yeah, but it was it's an absolutely great turnaround for the Blazers this year.
Hey, Duck.
Yeah.
Real quick, Louis G checked back in, said flight attendant said, sure, you can try to visit the flight deck, but you also get to visit the Nashville County Jail when we get diverted.
Oh, and we'd send you money, but the BBN's broke.
Trust me, there is no budget for the BBN.
And you got to give it the props to Blue Valley North because
they played a great game.
I mean, their quarterback's outstanding. I mean,
there's a reason why he's the number 2 pro-style quarterback in the nation.
Yes,
and we've seen it tonight.
In the nation, not the state of Kansas. In the nation.
Well, and he was standing out there during the pregame, and I made the comment. I said the kid is huge.
Yeah.
And he fills it out nicely.
Yeah,
as Ramsey with the return again.
Uh-oh.
Look at that sophomore go. And, the Blue Valley North roster doesn't give, height and weight and everything, so I had to look it up. 6'4", 205.
Yeah, I walked out there to the middle of the field for the coin toss, and I looked down and I was like, this is a big kid.
He's a large he's a good athletic individual.
And I thought I was a big person. I kind of looked up to him. I was like, man, if I'd play against you, you'd probably just throw me a line like a rag doll.
He said, move aside.
Well, and how many teams this year have kept us under 21 points?
I'm gonna say
none.
None.
Kudos to Blue Valley North's defense tonight too.
they've been swarming the ball.
Exactly. Yeah.
And any kind of adjustment you've seen the Blazers make just hasn't worked out. You can tell they make the adjustment, and then you see the Blazers starting to make a little headway, and then all of a sudden you turn around, and there it goes again. The Blazers have scored 28, 48, 33, 27, 35, 48, 49, 35, 55.
Well, and
49.
You got to give it the props to, again, Blue Valley North.
Oh.
Their defense is not over pursuing.
No.
They're staying at home, playing what's given to them.
Yeah, and that's
and gang tackling as well. I mean, you see a lot of that right now.
So 1 minute to go in the third, down 42-14.
This quarter has seen.
And they can hit.
Yes.
Spin moves up to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Blazers.
This quarter has gone forever.
Oh, this quarter's been dragging for sure.
Oh, it's only the third quarter.
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
Phil Graves says, this has been fun. Mertz looks good. Congrats on the big audience tonight, fellas. I enjoyed listening. Well, thank you for joining us, Phil. See, Cody Jackson says, shout out to Jacob Huntsberger. And not much there. Rob Pacheco checks back in. Boys in blue should not hang their heads. They had a great season. They need to make this. They needed this to make advances, and that's true.
Yeah,
and I got a sneeze coming up.
Absolutely. Use this season as a nice building block for the program and for the upcoming, sophomores and freshmen and kids in junior high as well, and make them get excited to play football.
Yeah, and if you don't know what the bottom feels like, you'll never know what it takes to get up to the top.
Right.
And to stay there.
Exactly.
Unless you're Miege and you can recruit good players.
Well, you do what you got to do.
There it is.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the way it was.
That's the way. I like it.
Oh, that's the end of the third quarter.
Man.
Finally. Now we're gonna stay here.
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna. I got to pay some bills.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the fourth quarter on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. No need to drive all over the place for the best tools. Ace is the place and the new home for Craftsman tools. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner, and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware, 159th and Muir Lynn in Olathe.
Blazers Restaurant. Don and Wally have been proud supporters of Blazer Athletics for 15 years, so it only makes sense they own Blazers. Stop in and tell them thanks for their support. Blazers Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
Planet Sub. Sign up for their P-Sub Club, where you can get updates on debuting menu items, specials, exclusive coupons, and a free sub on your birthday. Planet Sub, 921 East Lincoln Lane in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Start of the fourth quarter, Blazers down 42-14. Looking at 2nd and 8. Coming out of the eye, Jennings gets around it. Oh, my, why? I thought Jennings would have kept that on the outside. He's been doing a lot. He likes to cut it back against the grain, but I got to say, I would
trying to make something happen.
He is. Real quick, I've got to get a shout-out. I got a shout-out request from Henry Gutierrez. Says, give me a shout-out. You got a shout-out. BVN Mustang Pride from Maryland. Hey.
We should do it like a cash app thing, to where if somebody wants a shout out, they just donate $1, and then they get a shout out.
You know what I would like to do. Following through with that idea. If we develop something like that for a $1 donation, would put it to like some kind of scholarship fund or some kind of.
Could I be selfish and ask for it to go to the Victory Project?
Okay.
You have to help me out there, Duck. What is for people who don't know, what is the Victory Project?
Victory Project is, and this goes back to Sporting KC, but over the 6 years that I've been a season ticket member, this has gotten kind of close to my heart. What the Victory Project is it's an organization that helps families that have kids battling cancer. That, it's kind of like their version of like Make-A-Wish. It helps the families pay their bills, put them in hospitals, travel expenses, bills. And it helps give the kids something to be excited about. They'll send players to the kids' hospital rooms. They'll send teddy bears. They'll send Christmas gifts. It's just a really great organization. And before every sporting game, they have a suite above the Cauldron where Ian and I sit. And every game, there's a honorary kid. And when I say kid, guys, these guys are like 3, 4, 5-year-old kids, and it gets emotional, especially as a parent, because you want your kids to grow up and have fun and have a great quality life. And for these kids that are battling cancer, it's just you want to give them a piece of that, let them know that there's hope. And sometimes that seat's vacant, and it's really tough looking up there, and you're cheering these families on, and you have that moment of silence for a seat that's empty for a kid who, didn't get a chance to, go to a game or go to school and play with friends or do the family trip, stuff that, we take for granted sometimes. So
I don't know if we could raise that much, but
Well,
yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, I did something I did one of those Facebook deals, and I wanted to raise $2,000, and I ended up getting $500. And you know,
That's
they're very grateful people. Scooters, you can go to Scooters here in town and make donations all the time, and they'll do a Victory Project Day. For instance, today you go to Scooters, buy a coffee, they give all their proceeds to the Victory Project, and I can rant on this all day long.
You are.
Because
It's all right.
It's a sporting thing, but it's not. And you know, I've got 2 kids of my own, and you always want healthy kids and a great lifestyle for them. And when you see these kids that are struggling, you're just trying to keep a smile on their face and let them know that there's hope.
Hey, I got a great, probably one of the most appreciative comments on the broadcast just a little bit ago. Hunsberger crossed the 15. I'm trying to find it here. Los Venerables says logged in for Mertz, staying for the announcers. I love that. That just made my day.
Ryan, that's why you do what you do, man. That's why you started this so many years ago, and
it's fun.
It's great to be a part of it.
And I'll tell you what. Look at the friendship we've made with not only the players but the parents. You know, the guys the friendships we've made with the guys that have helped. On the broadcast over the years. I mean, it's just.
Well, and I know Will take credit for part of this too, but I mean, look at guys who we've helped moved on. Brad Barnes.
Brad Barnes over at St. Louis.
Who can't hit a free throw to save his life.
I have not seen that yet.
You got to watch it. It's hilarious.
Hey, and he'll admit it. Fat guy loves food. He's not in for basketball.
But think of it like that. You've helped people build pathways, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to go to Dallas and watch Zach Bass compete
about that.
in the U18 USA football game.
I totally forgot about that. McKelvey cuts it back inside. Gets down to the 5, just short of the first down, marking down about the 6. I forgot about that because you actually had a picture taken. Yeah, he actually went to Texas Stadium.
Oh,
it's not AT&T, it's Texas Stadium.
Yeah, I was on the sideline, and guys, I got to walk that stadium, and man, that place is is a top of the line.
And I'm not gonna dog Jerry Jones for the stadium. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty freaking immaculate. It's just too bad he can't field a team that equals the stadium itself. And you can't argue that.
That's a bad season.
This
Sunday.
It's a bad ownership.
This Sunday.
Hunsberger gets in for the touchdown, 7 yards out. Never say die, folks. Never say die. 42-20.
Hey, is it make it, take it? We get the ball back, right? Nothing? All right. Tried.
Only you, Doc.
You killed Ryan.
Only you, Doc. Only you, Doc.
You killed him. That's pretty good.
I thought there was no way he was ever going to be able to top the Golden Girls, but he just did it with that one.
I'm going to double check here. Hey, it's make it, take it. We score the ball.
Oh, my God. Oh. I don't care what happens tonight. That's the greatest thing that's been said all day.
Somebody mark it down. 7:19.
And I have to preference the Golden Girls real quick. In like 2011 or 12, Dave Webb was helping on the broadcast, and we kept trying to get Dave to come out and join us on a little post game gathering and everything. And Dave kept saying, "Yeah, I've been trying to do that and everything else." And what did you tell him, Doc?
Oh, something about.
I said, "Hey, you can DVR the Golden Girls and watch them later."
Yeah, because he was in a hurry to get out of here. I was like, "Dude, just DVR the Golden Girls and you can watch when you get home."
Oh my! Make it and take it. The line The line of the year. Uh-oh, around the outside.
Wow.
It's a foot race.
He's got some wheels.
Ramsey strips it out of his hands, and it goes back to the Blazers. Are you kidding me?
Reynolds
picked it up.
Reynolds stripped it.
Ramsey stripped it.
No, Reynolds did.
Oh, Reynolds stripped it. Excuse me. Yeah, Reynolds stripped it. Chasing.
Wow.
Was that Reach Batchman? I saw a 4. And he got down all the way to the 20, got it stripped. Oh, Lord, what's going on?
It's all natural, baby. It's all natural.
Hey, Duck?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
We made it, we take it.
Yeah. Ball never lies, man.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. That's right.
Oh.
Man,
man.
yeah. Ryan, when you get a chance, read the comments.
What am I looking at? How far down am I going?
These guys have spiked the hot chocolate.
Oh, Lord. Announcer says spike the hot chocolate.
Yeah, don't read those other ones.
These guys. Well, now we're smoking stuff too, Dak, just by the way.
No. That's state line. They legalized it.
Yeah, that's state line.
No,
That's east and west of state line.
Each side of state line. We're still.
And west side.
We're still debating. Well, that's just medical over there.
Oh, it's still legal.
Yeah, not medicinal purposes.
Trust me, whatever they put in the hot chocolate, it's working out perfect. I totally agree.
I'm a little warmed up now, so.
Could be why the stands are empty.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 14. Pass, intended for Jennings.
Had it in his hands.
And the problem was it was barely thrown behind him. Oh, my goodness. Everything else is downhill. I mean, there's no way to.
Somebody coming back from that one.
Wow.
Man.
Literally.
Duck,
Pretty much.
I'm just going to give you a tape recorder throughout the day. I just want you to talk like all day. And then I'll just pick it up next Friday, and then I'll just listen to it. Like, you would make an amazing podcaster. I think you could just sit in front of a mic and just talk.
Oh, I'll tell you what's going to happen. And I'll say it here.
Or just have him talk to random people.
I'll tell you
My
what.
wife will vouch for me on that one.
Trust me.
Jennings has a blocker ahead of him. He's close to a first down up to the 15, about 2.5 yards short. A couple years ago, me and my son did our own little cast of a Chiefs game. We couldn't show the Chiefs game, but it was just me and him at the table. We're just talking about the game. Me, you, and Duck. We're doing a Chiefs game this year. We're going to be in the garage. We're going to have the lights on and everything.
Sounds good.
We're doing it on Facebook.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, no problem, bud. We don't need a camera guy. We'll get the whole crowd in there.
We don't want to make people dizzy.
We'll just have mics on and Facebook.
Yeah,
Live
and
it.
just talk about and we'll be watching the game.
Yeah.
Hunsberger gets the ball stripped away, back to Blue Valley North.
Oh, man.
Across the 5 up to the 4-yard line. Hunsberger had a first down and just had it stripped away from him with 6:10 to go in the game. Oh, that's a backbreaker because on that drive, if they could have got the drive going, they could have got that thing within 2 touchdowns. But now you're giving Graham Mertz the ball, 1st and goal from the 4.
We'll see if he comes back out. I don't know if they're
You know what I'm doing? If I'm Coach Sims, you know what I'm calling right here?
quarterback sneak.
I'm calling a naked boot.
Why don't you just run a draw?
Yeah.
I'm running a naked boot. Remember Steve Bono at Arizona way back when? About 65-yard naked boot, and no one was even close to him.
That was when Allen jumped the pile and everybody bit
Yeah.
on it.
There's a toss.
That works, too.
And that's going to be pretty easy there to the corner. Touchdown for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was
as Amari Peshek-Hickson with the touchdown with 6:04 to go. And that just pretty much going to solidify it. As Bert Freeman said, watch Mertz throw a quick slant. We were both wrong.
Yeah, we were both wrong.
We're both wrong, Bert. Yep. Sorry about that. Hammertown breaks Bishop Miege against Baser in 4A next week. Winner goes to state. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah. It'll be
Baser Linwood and Bishop Miege.
It'll be Miege.
Hey, is Pale? No.
Pale was out. Or no, they lost the base.
JR says, I don't think it's fair that the Blazers are actually two football teams combined, the Blades and Lasers.
Whatever he's on, I want.
Yeah.
Lasers on the lasers.
Hammer Time says Olathe West and St. Thomas next week. Yeah.
What?
That's going to be
a bloodbath.
That'll be annihilation. Let's refresh the scores here and take a look at them real quick.
I like to let you guys know that it warmed up a little bit down here.
What, it went from 5 to 6?
Yeah, it has, and the wind died.
Let's see. And
still staying up here.
It's going to be Olathe North, and looks like it's going to be, yep. Shawnee Mission East falls to Olathe North 24-21.
Wow.
So it looks like it's going to be Blue Valley North and Olathe North.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, whoa. Manhattan is defeating Lawrence Free State 41-13, and Derby has defeated Topeka 38-7.
Will called the Free State, or no, the
Olathe North.
Shawnee Mission East game. He called it.
I just want to point out, we have, I don't know if you guys checked the Facebook page recently in the last hour.
Uh-huh.
We got a couple of comments. Angela Cook, I'm going to slaughter this last name. Vanderberg, watching the game in
Angela
comfort.
Vanderberg.
Yep,
Vanderberg, watching
yep.
the game of the comfort and warmth of home. Thanks, Blazer Broadcasting Network. What a nice, clear picture on the living room TV.
We haven't heard from the Vanderbergs for a while.
And then Sheila Peoples-Pollard, Luke Jennings' grandparents, watching from
Nice.
Branson. Thanks for broadcasting. We haven't missed a game.
That's a good deal. Pritchard across the 35,
Man.
slanting up ahead. Pritchard driving ahead.
Right.
Devontae Pritchard, and I'll tell you, Devontae Pritchard, 5'11", buck 84 sophomore. We get to see him for a couple more years. That's going to be fun.
I want to give a shout-out real quick to Angie Vanderberg.
Yep. Good gal. Yes, Duck?
Hey, if North makes it to state.
North and Derby. I'm calling it right now.
You think we could pick that game up?
Blue Valley North?
I won't be able to make it.
You mean at state?
Yeah.
No, we
No?
can't.
Why not?
Because,
oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, because 810 Varsity Sports has the rights to it, and either way, I think I may still be.
What if we do the North game next week?
No, because they'll already have a crew for that.
Oh, buzzkill.
Well, it's that time of year, time to refresh a little bit.
And while we got a second, I want to say
Yep.
hi to Todd Vanderberg as well.
The whole Vanderbergs family. We haven't heard from them for a while. Wonder what the daughters are doing.
Wherever they're at, they're warm.
Either that or 38,000 feet up in the air.
You're warm there, too.
Let's see. Derek Boland says, congrats to Gardner's football team from Uncle Stephen McKelvey. Good to hear from him. Wichita Northwest will beat St. Thomas in 5A. Ooh.
That's a bold statement.
That's pretty bold. Very bad to steal. One guy says very bad to steal Jabu's rum. Is very bad.
Hey,
Bert Freeman,
Jabu needs a refill.
Bert Freeman says, thank you guys for keeping a blowout entertaining. We are not accustomed to hearing an announcing team that is this much fun. Keyword fun.
Hey,
Bert Freeman, thank you very much for all the words and tuning in and sticking with us. That's been fun. Brendan Franning says, I think it will be a tough transition from Mertz High School offense to Christ's offense. A year or two of development would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Let's see. Flexico Zedong or whatever says, tune in next week to see who gets smacked down by BVN. Tim Brady. Miege and Aquinas will win state at their respective classifications. The only reason
Tim
our
Brady
parochial
or
school doesn't win a 6A because there isn't one.
Tim Brady or Tom Brady?
Tim Brady.
Might be the real. Might be just a
No,
nice fake.
no.
Might be a fake name.
No,
it's a real name.
Tim Brady's the old principal here.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he was
AD.
he's a AD for the school district, but Tim Brady, kind of a unique deal. He was the principal at Wheat Ridge when the 2011 class team was at Wheat Ridge, and then when they came here, he ended up being the principal when those guys came up to the high school and through their graduation. So he was basically their their principal for 6 years.
Wow.
Tim Brady was my assistant principal when I was at Nike.
That's pretty much dating Tim Brady. I think he's going to,
I will date
of that.
Mr. Brady. Well, hold on a second. I will.
Yeah, you will date Mr.
Time
Brady. Kids have gotten in trouble for doing that.
This
there,
hot
Doc.
chocolate, man, is something else. Yo, Mr. Brady, nothing but love.
That's why he's going to take you out on a date.
It's his turn to buy.
Someone's saying, oh Lord, going back to the YouTube real quick. Nate Pruitt says, will you guys cover basketball season 2? Proud of Luke Jennings' football career and look forward to seeing him on the hardwoods. Guaranteed on all the Friday games with my new job. Tuesdays will make it tough dealing with Jarrett to find out when you'll be able to.
I'm only available on Fridays.
Yeah, that's kind of iffy. Will, depending on what Will can do, help out with Tuesdays also. So that's kind of Fridays for sure, regardless of where we are.
Well, I'll be good on Tuesdays.
If you want to help out on Tuesday home games, that's a guarantee. There you go. We're in.
Discount double check.
Don't we start with the Hutamaki Classic again this year?
And I'm trying to figure that out because they run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They run their consolation on Friday, their championship on Saturday of the boys and girls tournament. So again, that falls back on what Jared would be able to do. We'll do the Friday, Saturday for sure from DeSoto. Jennings getting slammed down short of the 20-yard line.
And then do the weekend part of the El Dorado tournament.
We'll do the Friday, Saturday at El Dorado. We'll do that for sure. That's the Blue Stem Classic and the Lady Cat Classic at El Dorado. We won't be doing the Blue Valley Southwest games. Right now looking at doing the Blazer Invitational Wrestling Tournament the first Saturday of December. Flow Wrestling wants us to do the broadcast, which is looking pretty possible of doing.
Hey, and just a side note on that, if you are a wrestling fan,
oh my goodness,
come check out that invitational.
They have
that is amazing.
4 top 25 teams in the nation that will be there, if that tells you something. And along with the Bobcat Classic they run at Baser Linwood.
Bobcat from Police Academy?
Possible.
Hey, that sounds too much like the Northwest game.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
No. That didn't sound that bad. McKelvey gets the first down across the 15-yard line, stops the clock at 1:59.
And I know we're getting off topic. Doctor, you mean Bobcat Goldwith?
Yes.
He was in Police Academy?
Yes.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
I have not seen Police Academy.
He was in.
Wow. You got to see.
I am getting so many stares
Just
right
watch
now.
the first one.
Huh?
Just watch the first
Okay,
one.
because then there's like 4 or 5
Yeah,
of them.
just watch the
6
first
of
one.
them. No, there's 7 of them.
What?
Yeah, because they go to Russia in the 7th.
Yeah.
They go to Russia.
That's too many. That's 6 too many.
They needed to stop after 4.
Oh, they need to stop after 2. Even the second one wasn't that good. Guys, I got to say this before we're a minute 35, the end of the season. It has been one of the greatest seasons we have had, broadcast-wise, with all you guys. We got Jared coming in on the cruise, done a great job. Ian's come on, done a great job. Will does the job that he always does. Jordan's helped out. He's been awesome. You've been spectacular. The entertainment value's been
priceless.
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 I love this.
I mean, that just kind of goes without saying. McCarthy Auto Group. What can you say without McCarthy? Those guys have been huge for years on the broadcast. Sean Cape stepping up gargantuanly to provide the computer, be able to do HD. Huge thanks to a friend of mine, Justin Wyman, that told me to get this video card to get this smooth broadcast that we have tonight on the biggest night and the biggest broadcast that we've had ever in the history of the BBN. Huge thanks to Hunsbarger fighting in for the touchdown. They're not going to be denied. It's going to be 4th and short.
First down.
Jeff Riggles with Madison.com getting the broadcasts on there, allowing everyone from Wisconsin in to watch Graham Mertz on this. Coach Court Nelson been awesome with accessing us to anything that we needed. Coach Walters on the defensive side. Jason Radel helping out with all the starting lineups and everything that we've had. And Jennings gets in for the touchdown for the final time of the year. Makes it 49-27. With 16 and a half seconds left. John Sedler, the AD here at Gardner.
Mark Meyer,
the principal. All the crew with working over here that helps us out to make sure the gates are open, we can get in.
And all the kids too that we talked to after the game.
Did you ever get that shirt given away?
No, I still have it.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? We've got to give it away somehow. But most of all, I can mention everyone on the broadcast, sponsors and everything else. But it's all the listeners, everyone in Gardner, everyone in the area. Citizens for the Future of Gardner that's followed us, all the subscribers we've gotten on YouTube with our first year being on YouTube, the football Facebook page, the broadcast Facebook page, everything. I mean, this is not the way you wanted to go out, but I'll tell you what, after what we've seen and just the way things have gone, this is a breath of fresh air, and this just rejuvenates everything to get started for next year. We got a lot of talent that's coming back next year. And, we take a couple 2-3 week break. We get right back on it with Blazer basketball. So all you guys, you've helped out huge, and I can't thank you guys enough.
Right, I'm just, I'm blessed to be a part of it, man. When Brad moved on and you asked me to do this, I was like, well, why not? It's the best seat in the house. But,
oh, yeah.
The weather, all this stuff, it's all worth it because, you look at these guys and they fight hard week in, week out, and it's great to be a part of it and to share this moment with these guys. And I remember being here. I didn't play, but I remember being here on the sideline, and it's tough.
Louis G says landing in D.C. in 15 minutes. Strong tailwinds. Thanks for the great commentary and comedy. Chief in Tacoma says, been a rough season for the Badgers with shaky quarterback play. Excited for Mertz era in Madison, Wisconsin. Enjoyed the coverage, gentlemen. Very entertaining.
You think you guys had a rough try being a Jayhawk?
Yeah.
Cool.
Talk about a program in turmoil.
So everyone on the Blazer Broadcast Network still watching. Over 768 still watching on YouTube right now.
They're just tuning in for Duck.
Thank you.
That's all they're tuned in for.
I told you he's here for the entertainment value. Thanks for everyone joining us on the Blazer Broadcast Network. The final is 49-28. We're going to take a short time out, come back with the McCarthy Auto Group postgame show in a minute on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Hey, Gardner Edgerton fans! The McCarthy Auto Group is a proud supporter of youth sports across the Blazer Nation.
If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or you need service or body work done, we hope you'll visit one of the 11 McCarthy Auto Group locations. Visit kccars.com for over 3,000 new, certified, and pre-owned vehicles. Our inventory covers most every make and model and prices to fit every budget. The McCarthy Auto Group, with locations in Olathe and Overland Park, Kansas, and Blue Springs and Sedalia, Missouri.
Go Trailblazers!
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will Thrill McIntyre, Ian Jones alongside with Jarrett Finley. Dustin Duck Martin down on the sideline. Duck, were you able to get with Cheeks real quick? Cheeks, or Duck?
Oh, he turned his stuff off.
Are you kidding me? He was going to get with Duck.
I don't even see him anymore.
He's over there, but he doesn't have his headset on.
Well, he's probably over there. I don't even see him over there. Oh, he's talking with Mertz. Get your headset back on, Duck.
He is.
There you are.
There you go.
Hey, are you going to get with Cheeks, Duck? Duck.
Yes, I think he just gave a thumbs up. You got a thumbs up?
Hey, if you get with Cheeks, I want to talk to him real quick. You get him on here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to Mertz.
I know, I saw that. Can you get with Cheeks real quick?
As soon as if I can find the guy. I mean, he's like 2 feet tall.
Well, I understand
That's
that.
why you should be able to find him. He's probably the shortest
I'll
person on the field.
let you find.
I gotta get my Hobbit senses in. Hold on one second.
My
Hey,
Hobbit
good luck,
senses.
gentlemen.
Real quick.
Good luck.
Once again.
Good luck, gentlemen.
good luck to Blue Valley North with their game against Olathe North next week in the sub-state title game, and the winner of that will go to Emporium for the state title. As Duck's over there trying to get with Kyle Pacheco. Hey, Duck, real quick, give Cheeks the headset real quick.
Go get it, man.
Hey, Duck, Duck.
Goose.
Hey, give him the headset. Give him the headset.
Yeah.
Give him the headset.
How does?
Go get it, kid.
I think he, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Duck, are you kidding me?
Duck, give him the headset.
Duck.
What? Give him the headset.
Give him the headset, you
We wanted to
short.
talk to him. What?
Give him the headset. I told you that.
We wanted to talk with him.
I told you to give Cheeks the headset.
I was trying to.
I told you to give Cheeks the headset.
You know what?
Hey, Duck.
What a way to end this
Hey,
season,
Duck,
guys.
let me put it this way. I said give Cheeks the headset.
I know what you said.
Well, then you didn't do it.
He's trying to celebrate with this kid.
Okay, you can get with him afterwards. You had him right there in front of you.
I'll get with him. Just
my goodness.
You need to calm down.
You wonder why I
You
put.
need to calm down.
Just do what you're freaking. Hey, Julie, I know what you deal with now. Good night, Irene.
Oh,
real
that was
quick.
funny.
Well,
real quick. Do me back behind you. I want you to get with Coach Cornelson real quick. He's right behind you.
No, he's not. That's the AD.
Get over there to your left. Get with Coach Cornelson real quick. I want to try to get him on. I mean, these guys go 10-0. I mean, we can't go without talking to Coach Cornelson real quick. He's done a great job with this team. Go ahead and give him the headset real quick.
Coach, I'm going to give you that. Try to change it.
And he's over there with trying to get with Coach Cornelson real quick. And Coach, it wasn't the inning that we were wanting, but I'll tell you what, 10-1 after a team that went 0 for the last 10, undefeated last year. I mean, what these guys have done and developed with your coaching staff and everything. I mean, you said in the pregame, it's a whole total team effort with the kids, the coaches, yourself, and everything. And I'm just going to bring a quote from Remember the Titans when the defensive coach said he knows football and you were the right man for the job, and you were the right man for the job this year, Coach.
Well, thank you. I sure appreciate that. Yeah, it didn't go our way. You know, we're not going to make excuses about it. I thought the kids played hard. I was probably more proud of them that final drive than I have been all year, just to keep their composure and to do it as a team and to finish the year like we started together, even though we knew we were going to get beat. You know, that takes a lot of guts and a lot of courage, and I was proud of them that they did that final drive. Tonight wasn't a good night for us. We couldn't catch a break. You know, anything we thought was going to happen, we just ball didn't bounce our way, and that happens in football. You know, the worst part of it is our first loss, and we can't, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't go, you know, back and correct the mistakes. It just is what it is, and you know, I do appreciate the senior class, man. What a great group of kids, man. It's just sad because I hate to see them. You know, I'm just getting to know them, and we're just getting to play the way we're supposed to play, and they're gone. So, you know, that's probably the saddest thing is what a great group of kids, and you know, we'll sure miss all of them.
You made the comment about how the team didn't give up, and I made that comment about, I think it was tail end of the third quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter, how this team continued to fight and drive even though, you know, you were down by like 3 or 4 scores or whatever. You didn't see a change in the effort from second one to, you know, to the last second, scoring on the last drive with Jennings. The effort that these guys put in throughout the game just was on the same level.
Yeah, you know, they honestly, they believe in the process. They believe in what we're doing, and you know, it's not just something we say. You know, it's something they really go through each and every day, and you know, just do your job the best you can. Next play, and the kids did that, and they showed that it took a lot of courage to do that, because it's easy to self-destruct, and it's easy to start pointing fingers and to just have a breakdown, and it takes a lot of character and a lot of pride in your team and believing in what we're doing to stay together when things don't look good.
Obviously not the way you wanted the game to end, you know, obviously, but I made the comment, and you can kind of comment on this. My feeling is this isn't the way the seniors wanted to go out, but they had a great season for the sophomores, for the juniors that ended up playing, in my mind, they kind of need to remember what this feels like. You got to kind of see what the other side was like. You got to ride that 10-game high of the wins and everything. Now you see what it takes to get to that next step. You see how Blue Valley North played. Kind of let this eat at you a little bit. Maybe just kind of let that scab over and just let it be there, so that when the camps start up next year through the summer, you kind of remember what that felt like and start get that drive to push in for that next step next year.
Yeah, you hope so. You got to turn failure and defeat into the desire to want to get better, the desire to we struggle with depth. We struggle with staying healthy. We got banged up in the weight room in the summer, and all that stuff helps that. So right now it stings, and it's going to sting for a while. But I also hope they notice that we're close. I mean, we're not that far off. It's not like it was something I felt like we couldn't move the ball or we couldn't do this or couldn't do. We're going to run into good teams each and every year if you get to this point in the season, and hopefully they saw how close we were and the pain of this losing, and come back and are better for it.
Well, Coach, it's been a great year. I got to thank you for everything that you've been accessible for us. Coach Waller's been accessible all the time, in between the halftime and the quarters. Your whole staff has done a great job with this team. The excitement of Blazer football is back in Gardner. It goes to you and your coaching staff, and I guarantee we cannot wait until next year gets started again.
Well, I sure appreciate it. Thanks for everything you guys do.
All right, thanks a lot. Coach Corey Nelson joining us here on the Blazer Broadcast Network, and now we're going to go to an ex-Blazer, and they are moving on to the sub-state against Olathe North.
There?
Get him over. Got to get the Cheeks Master on, because we're going to talk to him about a couple things. Get the headset to him.
You there?
Yeah, get the headset to him. Did he hit the button again?
Shut up!
Oh, Kyle Pacheco, my son. How you doing?
Thumbs off.
You all right? You there?
Are you there, Kyle?
Oh, I'm here.
There you go, man. We got the camera dead on you. Congratulations to your coaching staff. Number one, congrats to you on your head coaching job for the Blue Valley North wrestling team. You guys are going to be here for the Blazer Invitational, aren't you?
Actually, we're not.
Oh, you're not?
No. We actually host our JV tournament that Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to get some of the kids after we're done to get band, bus over so they can see a real tournament.
Well, how difficult was this for you when the brackets came out? You knew there was a good chance that these two teams could meet and you could be back on that other side of the field this time.
I mean, it's a different feeling. Being on the visitor. I've never been on the visitor end before, and you're watching them on film. It's a tough group of kids I've coached since they were even young, so I knew what kind of grit that they had, and try to explain to the guys I'm coaching right now that, hey, Gardner is tough. They're known to be tough SOBs, and you've got to come in there and you got to match it. If not, they're going to be all over you. So just great respect to those kids. I mean, it's tough, being a Blazer alum and coaching on the opposite side, but
well, you're always going to be a part of the BBN family. You're always going to be a part of Blazer Nation. So we're throwing out big good lucks for you guys against Olathe North as Will the Thrill McIntyre had to go down there and say hi. Your dad's been checking in. He's been giving a little bit of grief to the Cheeseheads up in Wisconsin that's been watching the game due to Graham Mertz. So your dad's been representing well. I wanted to let you know.
Oh, yeah. No, he has been, and I think that was tough for him too. I mean, he helped. When Diener first got to get Gardner, he definitely helped with some of that stuff. And I know when I called him over the phone, I'm like, hey, Dad, what side are you going to be on? He's like, you know where I'll be standing? Right in the middle of the field.
Right in the middle.
Picking sides.
There you go. Well, dude,
So.
I'm super proud of you. I've known you for a long time. I've seen you growing up. You're a great man right now. I can't say kid anymore. Great man. Congrats on the win tonight. Congrats on the new job as the head wrestling coach at Blue Valley North. Best of luck to you. And hopefully we'll see you down the road with a pretty good wrestling group.
All right, thank you guys. Love you guys.
All right, you too, man. Love you too. Kyle Pacheco, ex-Blazer here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. Duck, you did good. You gave him the headset, and I'm proud of you. You finally followed through. Now you can't hear us because you probably hit that.
Hey.
I was making sure you weren't hitting that button again.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna try to get with Mertz. You want to talk?
You
to
know
him?
what? Yeah. Let's get him on there real quick.
All right, 1 second.
I'd be honored to talk
Hey,
with him.
Mertz.
I come to Wisconsin sometime. Yes, sir.
Dustin
Go-
with the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Go ahead and give them the headset real quick.
Our booth is up there. They like to talk to you if you don't mind. Awesome. All right, buddy.
Go and get on them real quick.
Watch the dial. If you change the dial, you can change the channel.
Graham, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Son, what a game you had tonight.
Well, thank you.
That's a good deal. I got to tell you, you have created a lot of excitement in Wisconsin. I tell you that because I contacted a friend in Wisconsin. He put it on their Madison.com, our broadcast. I told him we were carrying you guys. I'm not going to say just because of you. I mean, it was a great matchup between these two teams, and you guys being defending state champs and everything. That I think we might have had more people from Wisconsin watching the game, just wanting to see what they're getting up in Wisconsin the next 4 years. I mean, dude, everyone's saying Graham Mertz is the real deal.
Appreciate that.
North won tonight, Coach.
You can go ahead and talk into the mic, Graham.
Oh, where's the mic right here?
Yeah. Go ahead and talk to him.
Yeah, the Wisconsin faithful, they're crazy over there, and I love it. So we can't wait to get up there.
With all the offers that you've gotten, I know you committed to Wisconsin last October, but what is it about Wisconsin? I mean, good Lord, you've had Alabama, Clemson, LSU, you've had ACC, big, you've had all over the place giving you offers. What makes Wisconsin making you want to be a Badger?
Yeah, it's definitely flattering to hear from all the big time programs, and I feel like Wisconsin's in a great place right now. Coach Chris, Coach Budmeyer, they're doing great things up there, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
Well, good luck to you guys next week against Olathe North. I know you, and I'll tell you what. I don't know if it really matters, but I'll just say Derby did win tonight 38-7.
Sweet.
If that means anything, so if things work out, maybe get another shot at Derby.
Yes, sir.
That wouldn't be a bad thing, would it?
No, not at all.
You guys kind of had fun in that overtime game last year, didn't you?
Yes, sir, we did. Yes, sir, we did.
Well, congratulations on a great win tonight. Good luck up in Wisconsin. Good luck next week against Olathe North, and we'll see if you guys make it to Emporia next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Graham Mertz joining us here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. And Duck, you just went trifecta, and of course he doesn't have his headset on. You got to put it on. So okay, there we go. You went trifecta on us, Duck.
What's that?
You just went trifecta on us.
How did I go trifecta?
Well, you got Coach, you got Cheeks, and now you got Mertz.
Do you want to talk to head coach of Blue Valley North?
You know what? Get him on. We'll get him on too.
Let's just talk to everybody. We have 1,000 people. Let's serve everybody.
Let's go ahead and get Coach Sims on there.
All right, Coach Sims right here. 1 second. Coach, I'm going to give you the headset. Don't change the dial. You'll change the sound.
He's got to tell everybody. Head coach, Coach Sims Andy Sims at Blue Valley North. Coach, you may remember someone calling you and telling you at one point that someone saw a total attitude change in the program once you came on a few years ago. That would be me, and that attitude hasn't changed any. What you've done with this school and this program from what they used to be is absolutely unbelievable. Of course, it doesn't hurt when you have a guy like Graham Mertz on as quarterback.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, it's that's why when I look and see what Coach Cornelson's done this year and how the guys are playing, the Trailblazers are. I mean, obviously I completely enjoy the victory, but I know what that locker room that they're going through right now, and just I'm hoping in a week or so the Trailblazers can look back and just look at what we did from one year to the next, and that's there's no ands if buts about it. Coach Cornelson's going to take the Trailblazers to a 6A state championship game. I hope it's not at the cost over the next couple of years, but it's going to happen. I mean, you can just tell that. And Gardner's a special place, and you guys got a special coach. But I'm very appreciative of what my boys did tonight.
Real quick, I only have one request.
Yes, sir.
Can we get like blue numbers on them white jerseys so it makes it easier for us to see the numbers up here? Because I'm telling you, even that dark silver makes it hell for us to see numbers.
Which is worse, Northwest or us, or is it equal?
You know what? Northwest is worse because their numbers are even lighter than yours.
That's bad.
And then on top of that, their home uniforms are black with orange on them. I mean, take your pick. You guys got to have a little bit of sympathy for us guys up here at the booth trying to look at these numbers.
Without a doubt. I'm the guy breaking down the film on some of those jerseys, and I'm like, I give up.
Then you have no excuse then, do you?
It's not a lineman. It's the only thing. A lot of times my answer, who's at corner?
I don't know. Then you wait for him to get up. Oh, he's walking like that. Okay, that's that guy.
Well, I'm going to go with my team. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I've been following you guys as well. You guys do a fantastic job on your broadcast. I mean, it's informative, it's entertaining, but more importantly, it's awesome for Gardner.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck against Olathe North. And like I told Graham, Derby did win tonight, so you may get another shot at him. I just thought I'd throw that out real quick.
I guess we'll take that.
No, I say that as soon as you had a pretty good game against them last year. It could be interesting again this year.
Oh, yeah, I would say so.
I will let you know. It's Derby and Manhattan next week.
Oh, man, that'll be a great one.
That'll be another good game.
We'll have our hand full with Olathe North, the perennial power from the East, so we'll see what we can do next week.
Well, good luck next week. Congratulations on another good year.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Coach Andy Sims joining us here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. Man, I think we've just about covered anything that
else in the stands we want to talk to.
I don't know.
There's
somewhere out there, and Duck's, and you see what Duck's doing. He's
still talking with him.
Yeah, he's talking with him. He's not even putting the headset back on. He's just leaving it there. So, anyway, real quick, Ian, nice job on the camera and the graphics and everything. Will, he's already taken off. He's probably cold. He's got a rod in his leg, and it's probably sending chills up his hip now. And real quick, and I don't know if Will's hearing this, but we're going to be thinking about Will through everything that he's dealing with. So we're still going to be. We still have 294 people.
Man.
For a post game.
Go to bed.
The McCarthy. One guy says, talk to Mertz. Yep, we talked to Mertz.
We got Mertz.
We got Mertz on there. Great season.
And this is, I would say, because I've been in radio for 10-plus years. Of course, I had, 1A, 2A schools.
Yep.
Mertz,
Flag football.
flag football, basically. Mertz is the first big-time Division I player that I remember seeing. I have broadcasted. I did broadcast a game with Semi Ojeleye, who's now with the Boston Celtics. He was up in Dublin, so I did broadcast a game with him. He was an insane talent.
It was crazy. His senior year, the kids from surrounding schools like West Franklin, Pomona is 10 minutes away. Our entire the people who actually cared about basketball were going to Ottawa just to watch him play. No one would show up for our basketball games.
Oh, for Ojeleye?
Yeah, for Ojeleye. Yeah. No one would show up for our basketball
Duck,
games.
where are you going?
I got to go to my office.
You got to go back. Well, you got to. I need a headset.
Talking to a vendor.
He was going to interview the vendor and ask him what he thought about the game.
Get with the concession stand.
Well, he is eating a hot dog real quick.
How's the hot dog, bro?
But anyway, back to what you're saying.
Yeah, but he is an absolute. Oh, man, and like I said, I could not, it'd be tough for me to judge Division I talent, but he is the real deal, and I'm going to be looking forward to actually, watching Wisconsin games. Like, hey, I called that guy's, I called a high school game with him.
I interviewed him.
Yeah, and it's a cool thing as a radio guy to say that, hey, I actually interviewed. Of course, these athletes, they don't remember us from Tom and Jane or whatever, but it's still a pretty cool thing to be a part of and actually see these kids go to high school and maybe even they continue with their success and continue to work hard, maybe take it to the next level.
Well, it's been an absolute thrill. We took a big step. Like I said, huge thanks to McCarthy Auto Group for staying on the broadcast. Huge thanks to Capes Whole Homes Heating and Cooling for purchasing the computer, being able to do HD broadcasts, and then being able to tweak it and get this kind of broadcast out here and get the frames that we were missing going. You coming in, just asking if there's anything we could do, that's been huge and it's been fun. Ian came in, he wanted to help out. He's been huge. Duck's been Duck all the time. That's just Duck being Duck. I won't change a thing about Duck. Just let him.
Right. No, let's not do that.
No,
I like Duck the way he is.
Yeah, and Will doing the kick A job that he's always doing with stats and everything. Mm-hmm. He's always fun, and like I said, this has been
49-28.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and we even got to say thanks to AD John Sedler. He's been great.
Great season.
It's been a great season. We're ready for next year. Are we ready to go next year?
This was just a taste of what our potential has for us in the future.
That's
exactly.
Right.
I think I heard Coach Cornelison say that just a little bit ago. So, anyway, we still had over 200 people still watch on the broadcast. 248. That is absolutely fantastic. Everyone joining us. anywhere around the nation, 38,000 feet up in the air, Maryland, Texas, Ohio,
Hawaii,
Wisconsin.
Maui. We had Maui.
We had Maui and
the
everything. Yeah, it's been fun. So we're going to take a few weeks off.
Right.
Yeah.
I know where all the heat's at.
You know where all the heat's at. You
found it.
You found it.
I should have been calling the game from there and just watch on YouTube.
You would have been a few seconds behind, but you still could have been okay, right?
That's okay. It's warmer.
I bet. Duck being Duck. He's reporting from the J. That's all we're going to say. Guys.
I washed.
Thanks for all you guys' help.
No problem.
Thank you for
thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone listening, watching, whatever.
Thank you for the free food.
Hey, that's Wally.
Yes.
Thanks for the
Blazers.
Thanks for the food, Wally.
Blazers and Planet Sub.
Oh,
man.
love you guys. I don't mess around when it comes to food. I get the best people get in there. So, everyone have a great weekend. Everyone have a fantastic Thanksgiving. We'll keep checking with the Blazer Broadcast Network on our broadcasts. Shut him down.
No other club.
No other club. And we'll let you guys know when we'll be back. Probably the first full week of December. Hopefully we're going to be able to do the invitational for the wrestling tournament. For sure we'll do the Friday, Saturday of the Hutamaki Hardwood Classic. We'll work on the other ones. Other than that, it's up in here, but we'll get something figured out. We'll get basketball. So for everyone, for Duck, Ian, Jared, Will, Jordan, thanks for everyone joining us. Coach Cornelison, Cheeks, Coach Sims, Graham Mertz are joining us. So huge thanks to them. Good luck to Blue Valley North taking on Olathe North as the Blazers fall by a score of 49-28 in their season at 10-1. Blazer football is back, and they do know it. Everyone have a great time, great Thanksgiving. Take care, and we will see you guys in a few weeks right here on the Blazer Broadcast Network.